Terry Clark.
Thursday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
Join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. for our Sunday morning worship services. On WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM, it's the Sunday morning service of First Baptist Church in Cherryville. On WLON 1050 AM and 107.5 FM, it's the Sunday service of the Covenant Bible Church in Lincolnton. And on WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM, it's the Sunday service of the Calvary Baptist Church of Shelby. Join us each and every Sunday morning for our Sunday morning worship services on The Boss and Carolina Country.
Take advantage of a special offer on the versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. You own the land. Now, make it yours. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month.
Your Kubota dealer is Park of Arms Service, 126 Bessie Drive, off Highway 74 at Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football? Yeah!
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
Hello, this is Milton Baker inviting you to listen to NASCAR racing right here on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Chosen breed, you don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
And Sports Dog with Kevin Hastings, Hunter Yancey, Tom Stefani, and Terry Reinhardt. It's been a morning. Yeah, you're on. Good morning. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear y'all. Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't count out RS Central and Chase, who played well last night, but still, that's a big win for Burns.
Well, tell me something, Tom. What was the key point in that game for Burns?
Well, I was at the Crest game, but the key point in that game was when the field goal kicker arrived in the second half from the soccer match. Burns had a soccer match. Field goal kickers at the soccer match at Burns playing South Point. Burns at South Point playing football. 3 times in the first half, Burns goes for 2, doesn't get it. And it's 18 to 14 or something at half. Kicker shows up in the second half, hits a field goal, hits the extra point. So that was the difference in the ball game, that the fact that the Burns kicker showed up from the soccer match had to be driven there by the athletic director himself. So some of the stuff you can't make it up, Terry.
Yeah, and I know, and this is what a lot of people
Sounds
are
like a
talking
movie.
about. I know.
It does.
Sounds like a movie.
It does.
I mean, we were talking about before we got on the air about players playing basketball, playing football, and now you're talking about soccer. And for a player, and I guess, I mean, this is what I keep looking at, especially football-wise, when you're preparing for another team the next week, especially on Thursdays when you go over, hey, this is what we're going to do. But if you're not out there for the practices and learning, and then all of a sudden you got a soccer game, does that not interfere? I mean,
it does. I mean, and usually you don't have this situation, but with soccer, usually you have Monday, Wednesday, and then very rarely have a Thursday because sometimes it conflicts with JV football. You usually don't want to play on Tuesday because you got games Monday and Wednesday. During the fall, that's almost an absolute no-no to play on Friday. You don't play the soccer game on Friday. I made up, when I coached, maybe I'd make one up on Saturday, but you didn't make one up on Friday. But this was a Thursday scheduled soccer match, and then you move the football game back to Thursday. Now you have a conflict. So it's just one of those things where it puts a young man in a difficult situation. He doesn't want to run out on his soccer team, but he doesn't want to run out on his football team. So what do you do?
yeah. I mean, if I'm a player, I'm going to be playing every sport I can that interferes with all these practices I might have to go through.
Well, yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes that's the case.
mean, you know.
I'm not going to lie. I will say that there were some sports that, so football, you don't miss any conditioning because you practice in the summer, but basketball, there's some things you miss. Baseball is the one I didn't mind missing. I've run for 6 straight months in football and basketball, and now I come out here and run around in the hot sun or whatever, and run around the field, and those are, when you run for baseball, it's like a long distance type running a lot of the times, and that's totally different than what you're doing in football and basketball. So I didn't want to do those. Those weren't too fun. Those would make my little leg, even after basketball, Terry, my legs would be a little wobbly after a week when you did that. So when the more you win in the playoffs, the less the conditioning. So you want to try to make it till you get on right as soon as that's over, and those guys are gone.
Well, I know what I would do, and if I was a player, I'd be playing.
Are you talking about choosing?
Now,
are you talking about like choosing which sport's more important or whatever? Like
no, not necessarily choosing. If I'm not even a soccer player, but I'm a basketball player, which I learned how to run, and I'm a football player. I mean, my strength wise and stuff like that, I can be something in soccer. Can I not, Hunter? Can I not play soccer if I know nothing about it?
Just go out there and be a bruiser.
I mean, I'm asking Hunter. He's played the sport.
Just go out and be a bruiser, right? If you got refs not calling the foul, just tell them.
Hey, send me in. Yeah, send me in.
Terry, don't belittle us like this.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, or vice versa. It could be the other way. You know what I'm saying? If I was a soccer player,
he wants to be the Draymond Green of soccer. No talent, just go out there and run into people.
I mean, he just got through saying that. Hey, when the soccer kicker got there, the whole game changed.
Well, it has to. It has to change.
Yeah, because, I mean, most of your kickers are soccers.
Cherville High School didn't have a kicker for like 25 years. Until
Listen,
like
you're
the
right.
late 90s and early 2000s.
But you could take the best. You could take the best athlete that you have, though, on a football field, and he might be great at running and catching. But you put a ball in betwing his feet, he doesn't know what to do with it.
It's like dribbling in basketball too. Like there's a lot of people that are better athletes, but if you can't dribble from by a guy near you, Terry, you can't get the ball up,
and you can't.
It's gonna be tough, Terry.
There's always a Bill Lambier and an Artest around.
That's what he's asking. I think that's what he's asking.
It's harder to hide on a soccer field because everybody's got to have, like you guys said, a certain amount of dribbling ability, certain amount of passing ability, certain amount of ball control.
So
And, like,
all that
but
walking
if I could
around,
do
now you're
both
going to
of
tell me
those-
it's hard to
if a
hide. out
guy,
there.
I
All
should
that-
be
there's a
able
lot
to
of
do
guys that are
football.
just walking around.
now, Terry, do you worry about your linemen fumbling in football? No, because they're
No.
never going to carry the ball. But in soccer, if you don't know how to dribble, you get the ball taken from you. It's a
Everybody's
problem.
got to touch it.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Terry, let me just ask you this: when you dribble a soccer ball, which part of your foot do you use?
The inside.
No.
Well, see there. See, I'd be already left
I'm
out.
gonna say first of all, you don't dribble a soccer ball, you kick it.
When you're
I use my
moving
hand,
with it.
Hunter, if I dribble a soccer ball.
What do you
Regardless.
use to tiptoe?
Right?
No, you use the outside of your foot.
Outside of your foot to dribble. Well, I tell you what, I would fail. It's simple.
Now you will teach little kids to use the inside of your foot, but professionals and people that are higher up than just your little optimists use the outside of your foot.
And I'm the first one. I go watch some of our soccer, not a lot, but I mean, to be honest, but I'll go watch some and I understand when you score, but I don't understand all the penalties. I don't understand that, which, I'm not a soccer, fan totally. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to learn the game.
The main thing that I run into is people don't understand the offside rule.
Yeah. That's me. I do not understand.
And people don't understand that shoulder to shoulder does not mean you throw a shoulder into them. And that's what I get a lot of. They'll come up and hit a guy with their shoulder and then say shoulder to shoulder. In the soccer rule book, that's called charging. You can't do that. You can't charge an opponent. But with the offside is that you have to be behind the second to last defender. And if you're not behind the second to last defender, when the ball is played, then you're offside. But what people get confused is, say two guys are side by side, ball's played through, offensive guy's faster, he's 3 or 4 yards in front of the defensive line. Oh, he's offside.
He's on.
No, he's not, because he didn't make his run until the ball was kicked. So you run into a lot of that.
Gosh.
It's the easy
Well, I'm
way.
proud of you, Tom, because here we are with a player, Hunter, and a ref, Tom, and I'm learning a lot because they have been people who's asked me to become a ref in soccer, and the first thing I tell them is, "Ugh, I don't know about all that. There's a lot I'd have to
The
learn."
easiest way I can explain the offsides call is the same way in football. You can't go until the ball is hiked because then you're called offsides if you're the defensive side of the ball. It's just the offensive version of it. You can't go until that ball is kicked through. If you're already on the other side and the ball is snapped in football, you're offsides.
Yeah.
If I'm already on the other side of the defender before the ball is kicked, I'm offsides.
And another thing is, if you're offside and then you come and get the ball when you're onside, it's still offside. You can't come from an offside position to get the ball.
Tom,
But then when you throw the ball or have a corner kick, the offside rule doesn't apply.
See there, Kevin, I'm learning a lot here. man.
Learn something every day. You just gotta
Something
ask.
every day.
You just gotta ask.
See there?
I can't get back the last 5 minutes of my life.
Well, I hate
the
to,
world
I hate to take
sport.
you took the words right out of my mouth. I think basketball's kind of given a run for its money now because basketball is spreading Asia, Europe, North America, South America. So I think basketball is given a run for the money for the world's game, but still soccer's the world's game. So you
Because
have
it's
to
a
have
poor sport, not a
Soccer.
good sport.
What do you mean a poor
That all
sport?
depends, Tom.
Because anybody, all the poorest countries in the world, anybody can play it. All you need
Because
is a
you
ball.
don't need $500
Right.
worth of
That's what I'm
equipment.
saying.
But that
That's
doesn't
why
mean
it's
that
the most
doesn't make it a bad sport.
No,
though.
that's why it's the most popular sport. Is what I'm telling you. Not because it's a great sport. It's because
He's saying it's a poor person
Wait a minute.
sport.
Here-
not a
here's
poor
my
No,
deal.
I know,
sport.
but he said that doesn't make it a good sport.
Wait a minute. Here's my
Right.
deal with the whole sport.
Because he doesn't understand it.
Soccer is only soccer in Canada and the United States. Everywhere else is football. If I go across the ocean over to England and we're going to play a football game, guess what they call it? Football.
Yeah, they do.
So it's not changed. The name is only changed in the United States.
The
and
only
Canada.
game I know that you actually play with your foot is soccer. So
Yep.
it makes sense.
There you go.
That was the name first.
Yeah.
So.
1/3 of the game of football is kicking.
All of the game
No,
of
it's
soccer
not.
is played kicking.
What does the goalie do?
The goalie kicks the ball.
And then the other 8 players flop and act like they're hurt and get carried off. on
That
stretchers.
I do. I was doing a
That's
middle school
the
game.
NBA too.
There was a little kid. There was a kid about that
Paul
big,
Pierce.
and every
All
time,
of them.
every time that little kid took a shot, he fell down.
Right.
And I was like, "Kid, get a life, get a life."
Well, good morning, everybody. High school football started, and believe it or not, we are friendly to everyone. Friendship Nissan. Give a
Yes.
shout out there, and then we got a special caller this morning.
All right.
On
Tom,
high
go
school
right ahead.
football.
Friendship, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, 190 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, North Carolina. Give them a call, 828-919-3001. Friendship Nissan, 156 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, North Carolina. Give them a call at 828-245-1661. If you're getting that tax rebate, take it to Friendship. Get yourself a new ride for 2021.
All right, JP, if you hit all the buttons right, we should have Coach Pruitt on the phone, right? Ain't looking good.
Oh,
Well,
Coach.
we might not hear him. Turn that off. There we go. What about now, Coach? Can we?
Yeah, we got
Yeah, we
Coach.
can hear it now.
You can hear?
Alrighty.
Can he hear us?
Yeah, I hear him now.
Yeah,
Can you hear us,
I
Coach?
can hear him now.
Go ahead, Coach.
Can you hear us, Coach? He can't hear us.
I guess not. I think he hung up. Yeah, we're having a little audio connection problems this morning. I can't hear what's. Could y'all hear him when he was talking?
I heard him.
I heard
When
Hello.
I turned this off,
Yeah.
I could.
All right. Okay. Well,
Okay,
JP's
we're gonna
talking
try
to him.
him
JP's going
again.
to try to get it set up, and we got something. I don't think we didn't do anything wrong.
Something,
last
I don't
night,
know
but-
if something's crawling. Hold on, I'm going to leave that off for a second.
All right. So let's give the scores, Tom and Terry, real quick while we're waiting on Coach
Okay,
Stewart
I'll-
maybe get hooked back up.
Terry, I'll start over here, and that way we'll work back our way
Wait,
where you
Coach,
can a little bit over
Coach,
there.
can you hear
Okay.
us? You're trying again.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear
Coach.
you.
Terry, go in there and
Okay, so we saw that it was 56 to 9 the other night. Coach Chase has had some good years, and they've been up for a year or two now. What were you impressed most with Chase and Coach Cogdell's first, his debut as a head coach? Really good guy, known him a long time. Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, you sort of took away what I was going to ask you. Like what can you do moving forward? It sounds like you're going to put a couple of things in, and you were able to work on some things yesterday. I know the weather has just been awful, and it's been hard to get out there. Had a couple pretty days, Tuesday and Wednesday, but then you had to kind of push it forward and get that game in on Thursday. And I know that always hurts you when you lose that practice time, especially in the situation that everybody's in this year. Moving forward, who's our opponent next week? And what do you think? What are you going to try to do? What do you think they're going to do against you?
Ooh.
Something that was short.
Yeah, I know that it's could be hard to bounce back when your team got thumped like that, but it sounds like you got a pretty good attitude moving forward, seeing what we can improve. I did see that Pine Lake Prep team; they looked pretty good against Bessemer City, but what I was really concerned with is Bessemer City's numbers, Coach. They only dressed 16 players for that game, and I just don't know how anybody can make it through a season with only 16 players. So I kind of feel for their kids and their program. Not sure whether they've had some issues or why they don't have the kids coming out. So moving forward, we wish you the best of luck this year, Coach, and hopefully a better result for you guys against Pine Lake Prep. Do you have anything else for us? Well, we appreciate you, Coach Pruitt. And as he said, the governor did ease some of the restrictions, so some more tickets will be available. So those in the Cherryville area that want to get out there and support the Ironman, you have more of an opportunity to do so. So more tickets on sale, as Coach Pruitt gave you that information about getting those tickets. So hopefully we'll see some more fans at these games moving forward. I know that some of the stadiums, like East Burke, has 7,000.
I think everybody's stadium got bigger.
Yeah.
They do. They probably could,
Oh, yeah.
Coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yes.
means.
No,
Thank you,
thank
Coach
you,
Pruitt.
Coach.
Yeah, I was just up there, and they do have a huge stadium.
do.
Of course, then they built 2 more schools in Burke County. They got too many schools up there.
Well, Tom, I look at that stadium, and now we're talking now it's 7,000, but when I look at it, I think I can get 12 to 14,000
you
in that
definitely
stadium.
could. I mean, I don't know if there's 12. I don't know if there's. I don't know if there's 14,000 people in the entire city of Morgan, but they definitely have a big stadium up there if they all wanted to come.
Well, Coach, if you're still listening, I want
He
to
just got
apologize
off.
for. If you still listen on radio, I want to apologize for having to step down the hall. We got a little. We can't hear. There's something that we can't hear in our lines today, so that's why we got crossed up there. So I'm mashing buttons of JP, and it sounds like I hit one right in there that he said he could hear us on the phone. Have no idea which one it was. But for the folks online watching, I don't think you guys could. His was going in and out. It don't make sense. It's in the same board. If you could hear it in there, but we couldn't hear it. But it may be online. Some of you folks couldn't hear it. But Cherville last night, 56-9. I do want to pull up, and what we can pull up, folks. We're sending guys out to the games to cover these games of Twitter and doing some highlights of the game. So we're going to share some of those. So tune in on Friday nights and Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings, I'm not going to show you all of them. Of course, on Friday nights we're going to show all of them. You can tag highlights at KTC Broadcast and at KTC Scores at KTC Sports, and we'll use them on the show. And so the live scoreboard shows during the games, we'll use them, and then in the post-game show, we'll use them too as well. And last night we had some fun with that. Now, I'm going to pull up some highlights from last night real quick as we go over the scores. Y'all do the scores again, and I'm going to flip through some highlights for the people watching online can check it out, and I may stop it and mention it here. A few comments for the ones online as we go over these scores too as well.
Okay, let me do the right side of the board here since I can see it the best. Ford over Patton 28-6. I believe that was Thursday night. High Brighton over Bunker Hill 50-13. Freedom over St. Stephen's 18-14. And another unusual score here, Terry and Hunter. How about this one? South Iredale 7. Alexander Central 2.
Yeah.
That sounds like a soccer game that got out of hand, or maybe a late 3-run homer in the bottom of the 5th propels South Iredale over Alexander Central. We looked it up. There have been 6 games, Terry, 6 in the history of the NCAA that have been 3-2 scores, because I kept trying to think of something more unusual like a 3-2. One of them was Clemson over Duke in 1965, Terry. So how about that?
How about that?
How about that? All right, Thomas Jefferson over the Community School of Davidson, 25-9. Lincolnton over Newton Conover, 27-13. Pine Lake Prep over Bessemer City, 52-8. And Maiden over Bandy's, 21-7. Just filling you in, West Iredale drawn, West Caldwell, East Burke, Watauga, South Caldwell, Christ the King, and Union Academy. McDowell and Hickory, I believe all those games are going to be played today, or might not be played, or might be moved to Monday.
We'll get that updated here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get that updated here in a minute. So, Terry, if you could see the other columns there.
Hunter, I'm going to let you do the next one.
Okay. Burns 28, South Point 27, Shelby 46, East Gaston 6, Berry Academy 31, Ashbrook 13. And then the games on our stations, Chase 56, Cherryville 9, Crest 38, Forest View 13.
Guess I could put them up
North
like that.
Lincoln 6, West Lincoln 6, North Lincoln 10, and RS Central 47, East Rutherford 0.
And Hunter Huss was 23-0 over North Gaston late in that game. I know that score's not been updated. Here it comes, and he has got 24-0. Hunter Huss over North Gaston. So the Huskies off to a good start this year. Going to be hard to tell what everybody's got. You know that some people, between the COVID protocols, early graduates, kids may be choosing one sport or another. I know wrestling's going to overlap football this year, so that may affect.
Yeah, they're talking about wrestling going into June.
Yes.
Oh, well. I mean, it's just for a year. We get through this.
And baseball will be played 2 weeks after graduation.
Yes. Sure.
Well, how many of the kids are going to say, "Nah, sorry, coach, going to Myrtle Beach, won't be here for the last couple games"?
That's what I was thinking whenever I heard final 14-3 drawn over West Iredale.
So drawn does defeat West Iredale. How about that?
That's what I was thinking whenever Tom just said wrestling and it was possibly going to go during football season. And Terry, you said it might run into June. I'm sitting here thinking, how many kids are going to want to, give up a summer to wrestle?
Well,
they're not really giving up their whole summer. Just
not their whole summer, but
what about Legion? What about
gotta
Legion?
be able to go to the meets, and maybe mom says we're going with grandma and grandpa this week to the beach.
Yeah.
I mean,
what about you running into Legion ball?
Yeah. Are they going to play Legion ball this year?
Yeah, that's a question. But I mean, what if they do, and then all of a sudden baseball runs on up?
What about
into
these kids?
June?
What about these kids? Say these 11th graders not getting to play, and then they say, "Well, I'm just going to go play travel ball because that starts up, the end of May." So that creates a lot of issues for the baseball and wrestling coaches, so I just have to sympathize with them. I would have liked to see baseball back up their season, maybe start it after spring break, abbreviate it, get it in by graduation. Maybe playing after graduation, maybe if you're in the fourth round of the state playoff, something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So the craziness of the sports schedule in 2021 continues, and I'm just hoping everything gets back to normal. I know that folks have been watching the news. The numbers have been coming down, but then you hear this new strain, the New York strain, the South African strain, blah, blah, blah. So I hope it's just fear talk, and we've sort of beginning to get this thing buttoned down so we can get back to normal.
All right, so checking on the other ones that just got Fs on them. I don't have any scores on those, and they're not posted anywhere. So I'm going to guess they're playing today, maybe. We don't have scores.
West Caldwell Eastburg's at 2:00 today.
So West Caldwell Eastburg is at 2:00 today. I don't have anything on Christ King and Union County, Watauga, South Caldwell, Hickory, and McDowell. The rest of them we've got as well. Mountain Island Charter and East Lincoln today. Kramer at Kings Mountain. Folks, we were supposed to have Mountain Island Charter and East Lincoln on WLN. We was going to do it last night as an extra emergency broadcast, and then it got rained out because they stayed Friday, and they're going to play today. Now, instead of that broadcast, guys, we've got basketball on KTC Broadcasting tonight. Now, if you folks got to listen carefully in Cleveland County how you're going to follow your teams. So bear with me. Crest will be on the regular radio. So if you're listening for Crest basketball tonight, it's easy to find. Just go to your WHS, listen on the radio, go to your regular links, and you can listen to the game. Crest is at West Rowan Falcons tonight. West Rowan. Brent Pasco will have the call with to be determined, and it might be me. I might be to be determined. That might be my middle name. So Pasco's going to be out there with that for the Crest and West Rowan call. And then Hunter's going to be up at North Lincoln tonight with Tim Johnson for the big North Lincoln and Shelby game. Now, the thing about that is, since Shelby, is one of our teams that we cover, the game on the radio is going to be in Lincoln. But folks in Shelby, as always, you can listen online on ktcbroadcasting.com. So that's where you have to go if you're in Cleveland County to listen to the game. So if you're in Cleveland County and want to listen to Shelby and North Lincoln, make sure you go online to ktcbroadcasting.com. Click on the WLON links. At the top of the page, there's a little logo, or you can click on the big green button. But if you go to the big green button, make sure you go to the WLON page for Shelby. For Shelby and North Lincoln. Crest will be on WHS. Now it was a mouthful. Now, let's go to some highlights. How about that real quick before we get out of here? And let's start with my favorite tweet of the night. So, folks, we're sending reporters out to some of the games to tweet video and of touchdowns, highlights, keep us up to date on the scores, keep us going. So when we get to a game that we're talking about, I will talk about and thank some of the guys who were, especially the guys last night that were out in the elements doing the tweet, and they had a rough night. First night, guys, they had a lovely evening.
It was very nice
on Thursday evening. So let's see. Let me find my internet cam, folks. If you're listening on the radio, we do the show live on YouTube as well. For you folks on YouTube, this is a radio show as well. So since we are on radio, Hunter and I can't cuss this morning. Like Tom says, we do too much on the weekly show, Hunter.
You do?
We're just getting out frustration.
He said you're not professional, Hunter. You, not me. You, not me. I'm throwing you under the bus on that one. All right, so this is my favorite tweet of the night, guys. This is R.J. Roop, listed in the book at 6'2", 305, 6'9", 700 pounds. But this is his dad tweeting last night. Says, "What you look like after getting in your first varsity game?" He got in last night in his first varsity after he played, playing JV last year. So he got in. So they were excited last night about RJ getting in the game. So I told him I had to make sure I shared that one. But that's not from last night. I think that's from his sister's graduation parade last year, because they had to do the drive-by graduation.
Yeah.
So that's him watching his sister graduate. And so anyway, congratulations to RJ on getting in there. I told him, Terry, with 50-some players at Crest and 16 at Bessemer, we could use the whole line. He could have all the playing time he wants. He could keep the green and gold, come on over to Best. we need you.
Possibilities.
But
yeah.
We talked a little bit with Dennis, and he liked our idea. Kind of mentioned to you guys about how we talked the roster size comparisons with Ashbrook and Bessemer and those, and he really liked that idea as far as, hey, that is more competitive. And you look last night, Varsity and Crest, they're in the same number of students basically, and Crest wins every time, dominates. But then when you look at the ones that are closer, how about Burns and South Point? Really close. You got a 1-point game. So let's go through some of the highlights, folks. We're going to talk about them. I know if you're obviously on the radio, you can't see the highlights, but we're going to play them through our Twitter page and for the folks online. So I'm going to scroll down the bottom and click on a couple that I know were really good. So first off, let's thank some of the guys. So Matt Royster was out at Burns. He got the big time plays out there. He, Matt's is Nelson's brother. He stepped up big time. I want to thank him. He's been on the radio the last few years, and this year with we had 44 Terry. We went in Cleveland County alone from having 44 regular season games to 7. We lost 37 games on KTC broadcasting from last year to this year. That's just regular season. And then you count the playoffs. Of course, we did all the teams in Cleveland County in the playoffs, every game they played. And so you can just count how many games that, we're going to get up to the 50 games less than we're going to have on KTC. And just football alone, that's not even counting baseball and basketball.
Well, I know some of the things that I've heard. I know some of the people who have done it had some things that went wrong while they're doing it. I mean, and that's going to happen, even with us.
Right.
And when we do it all the time.
Right.
We
You watch national
to,
television, they have
yes,
technical
that's what I'm
difficulties.
saying. But, and they're trying to get stuff like that fixed also. I mean, so we know what you're going through. We've been there, and sometimes we might know the answer to fixing a lot of things. But, I do know some of them did have some conflicts.
Well, none of our business, but we can. We're going to go through. So let me pull up that artwork so everybody knows. I did that wrong last night. I put the wrong artwork for Dudley. I fixed that, Tom, after you left.
All right.
So how about the West Rowan Falcons? Last night I had the wrong team, Hunter. I didn't update it, but I published it.
Yeah.
Anyway, copy editors. West Rowan Falcons today are hosting the Crest Chargers in basketball. Tom, you've seen Crest a few times. Real quick, what do their team look like? In 2A and 3A basketball, you and me talked a little bit last night. We don't see a lot of 6'5", 6'7", 6'8" guys anymore.
No.
Yeah, you go east, you do.
Yeah, those guys,
I don't know what the drinking water is out there, but
yeah.
they're tall that way.
My point was, Terry, is that once you get to that size, a lot of them end up in either a charter or a private school anyway in basketball, or at a 4A school. And these 2A, 3As, like, you can make a run at 6'2" and get to the Final Four, but you never know when you run into, like, say, when Brandon Ingram, he's good, but dang, you can play all you good, but he's 6'8".
Yeah. I see it. That wingspan's pretty good
Right,
bit.
So, real quick on Shelby and Crest basketball.
Yeah, they
and
get
we'll
they
give
get a
the,
lot of
highlights.
scoring from Borders and Adams. They've got a guy. I want to say his name's Hall. They got two guys named Hall. One's
Is
a
it
big
Mari
guy.
Adams still there?
Yes.
Is that who you're talking?
Yes. Yeah.
Real quick, Hunter, you would like watching him play. Reminds me a ton of Ty Lawson, where he keeps his shoulders square, takes a ton of contact, and finishes strong. He gets a lot of points in the paint, right?
Yeah.
He's just a point guard.
And they're pretty deep. They got in a little bit of foul trouble in the first round game and had some guys kind of might have been that their last game of the year against Kings Mountain got in a little bit of foul trouble and were able to get some guys off the bench and absorb some of those minutes. So I think they're about 8 deep that can really help them. And like I said, they've got the 3 scorers. All were in double figures in that first round game. They do play good, hard man-to-man defense.
Okay.
And they're going to get after you the whole game. It's just like when they played Kings Mountain, Isaiah Tate, no field goals. I mean, they get after it.
That conference is basically leading score to no field goals. That's pretty good. And Shelby tonight will be at North Lincoln. Hunter, tell us a little bit about the Knights. And Shelby last year, it seems like the theme last year, Tom, all the way getting up to the state championship, every team they faced, Hunter, was a 3-point shooting team. And it seemed like they outlasted them playing old school basketball. I mean, it's like watching Carolina basketball. They're going to run the floor up and down. They're going to bring in 2 shifts, right, Tom?
Yeah.
And then try to run you out of the gym.
Yep.
Did North Lincoln live and die by the threes?
The team overall is good. I'm not just going to sit here and say that they live and die by the three, but it helps. Right. It helps. They're a very good 3-point shooting team. And when they get I call them the dynamic duo of Cole Siegel and Jack Carter going from the 3-point line, it's a problem. It is a problem. Cole Siegel might be the most effortless scorer I've seen in this conference. I didn't get to see him Thursday, obviously, because we were doing the North Lincoln, West Lincoln football game, so we didn't cover their basketball game. But I did see their first-round game. And when Jack Carter wasn't hitting, they were struggling. It was a 1-point game. At one point, they were down. They were losing. But after it came out to the second half, Coach Fry made the adjustments. Carter saw the ball go through the basket a couple times. That's all she wrote.
I have heard you mention a couple times, though, them playing pretty good defense, too, as well.
Yes, they're today's basketball. 3-and-D.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we say it all the time, NBA really don't play no defense. But a lot of times, a guy now, you're just as valuable if you can just shoot a 3-ball and play defense. And that's what they really do well. They play great defense, and they can shoot the 3. They got really active hands and can get the ball. I'm not going to take anything away saying that there's not a facet of the game they can't do, or else they wouldn't have made it this far. They play good overall basketball. Just if they start hitting the 3s, you're in for a long day. You're in for a long day.
All right, well, those will be tonight on KTC Broadcasting. All right, how about a couple highlights here I wanted to get to. This is Brian. Get to the best one. The first one was a good one. This kickoff, the return man fumbles the opening kickoff and ends up going all the way after he picks it back up. This is Brian Nichols, Holbrook football coach over there, and he is the Bessemer City reporter this year for us. So he'll be out at the Bessemer games. Getting the action. This is a Pine Lake prep touchdown. As the kickoff goes back, the guy bobbles it around the 20, and then he's going to end up scooting up the right side. And you know, Hunter, when you only got 16 people on the team, well, there's your special teams. Everybody's out there too, and it gets off. So good, nice little run that started off the game. And as you guys can see, the score it got ugly really quick as far as the scoreboard goes. I want to get down to some of the Burns highlights and Crest, Tom and Tommy and them over there. Get all the way down here. There is one I want to show you, Hunter. This is the Cherville Ironman score of their touchdown, and I don't know if Coach mentioned him because I stepped out of the room, but you guys are going to enjoy this one. And when I play it on, folks, there's no sound on this, but when I play it on the if you go to YouTube and play it, I mean not YouTube, but your Twitter and play it, Hunter. Caleb was over there at the game, and Caleb got excited about a big hit and said a wordy dirt on it, and I just trying to find it.
Oh, man.
The running back just trucked. I mean, here it is. Like, he trucked the Chase defender, and I only pointed out, Chase, you guys got 56. We're going to shine Cherville right now.
Right.
Watch this. This is one of the best ones I've ever seen, maybe. And Caleb said the D word. So handoff left side. Ooh. I mean, the kid, he got him off his feet, Hunter.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
And then we got one from Thomas Jefferson to show you in a minute that was the big hit of the night. Whew. And I like I said, the Cherville Ironman score. I don't. Let's see if Caleb got the name. Chase Miller with the big hit. So for a big run, Terry. That's what you want to see out your running backs, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, that goal line wasn't going to slow him down. All right, how about a 8-yard Jeter touchdown? Tom, you want to talk a little bit about this play in Crest?
Crest was able to run the ball pretty much all night long, and they did it. You know, they did it with the running backs. They did it with the QB run. They were working on their passing game a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, the quarterback over there, Fuller, is the one that usually throws it because Ruff can throw it too. Ruff and Fuller sometimes alternate taking the snaps. It creates a little confusion for the defense. But arm strength is not the question.
Okay.
It's just accuracy and getting on the same page as the receivers because they know they're going to need that moving forward. That against some of the, against the South Point or against the Burns, you're going to need to throw it a little bit. Yeah. So I could tell that they were trying to incorporate and work that into their offense a little bit. Defensively, I was very impressed. They run a 3-man, they run a 3-4, and it's interesting that in high school a lot of teams do that. I just think that if you've got 3 guys that are really athletic and can get off those blocks, you don't need to dedicate, 4 and 5 guys on the line. And they were just creating havoc in the Forest View backfield. 4 fumbles for Forest View, 4 fumbles. They were getting back there so quick. One was a bad snap, and Kevin was talking about the bad snaps. But if you've got 3 guys,
a lot of them Thursday and Friday night.
If you guys got 3 guys that are in the backfield every time,
yeah, it was a lot.
that puts pressure on the center. He's worried, because he's got to snap that ball and make a block. And you could tell that just Forest View was outmatched. They've got a couple of nice players. The Reed kid who was playing quarterback at the end of the game, he's a good athlete. He had a 70-yard touchdown reception as well. I think though that if Crest can get a couple more wrinkles in their offense, their defense really good, Terry, really good. So
all right, this is Cameron Sweezy with the touchdown. This time gave him the lead, the 28. This put him up 28-21. Kicker shows up. It showed up a help, but around the right edge. Big stiff arm, big tall kid. You said about 6'2", right?
Yeah, I'm glad to see him running the ball because he can do that.
Right.
And that keeps the defense honest. If you can put that little read option in there, that you have to account for that now. And I'm glad to see, like I said, do a little more because that's another thing you have to account for on defense. That quarterback can tuck it and run it. So I'm glad to see that. Glad to see Cameron, a senior, getting a touchdown there, having a good game, a big win against Southwest. It's huge.
Yes,
that win.
So this is a Kylan Miller Chase touchdown. Now, he scores this touchdown, Hunter. But tell me if you think the quarterback had other options on the play. This is a reverse flea flicker, first score of the game. Coach Pruitt, we did it. I'm showing it after he got off the phone because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion about this play in film tape. But highlight, we're going to show one of Chase's here for 56 points, and this is one of my favorite plays to run. So I really want to show this the reverse flea flicker. So they're in the shotgun handoff back to the slot receiver quarterback and pause.
This dude right here on 7, ain't nobody.
Now pause.
They had 3 people.
That's what I'm saying.
When I first saw,
he didn't call back. You probably don't want to see the film if he's watching.
When I first saw that,
Yeah,
I thought
that
the white shirted players
play.
were on defense.
Yes.
It was
I was like, wait a minute, those are the offensive players. How do you let a guy run 15 yards behind you?
Coach is on the line. He called back, Tom, because we pulled it up, and I didn't know if he wanted to talk about that play, but we got a great shot of it, Coach, and they had a good. It's my favorite play. So if you ever ask me if I wanted to call you a play, it would be the reverse option flea flickers. But I'm sorry you got scored on you. Okay. Okay. What year is Chase? Oh goodness.
Okay.
That's fine,
all right.
Coach. You have a good weekend. Enjoy your first football weekend. I know it's a little weird here in late February, but hey, you guys have a great weekend and good luck against the Trojans next week. All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. You want to go over the scores one more time, Kevin?
In just a minute, I want to finish up some highlights before we get out of here.
And I know Coach he's going to look at that one. First of all, like y'all said, he had 3 people deep. But if you look at him coming around side, he had 20 to 25 yards. He could have run himself.
Well, the running back
without
was up
being
on the swing
tough.
foot. Everybody bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody bit on the run. And I mean
They
everybody.
did.
And you have that first
You
year
do.
option.
You do.
I'm not. We're not making fun of you. But it turned into a great play, and we got a good shot of it. This is Tyler Arrington, the basketball star we was talking about for Shelby, scoring here on a I guess man in motion. I don't know if you can call it. It's not a reverse. It's just a jet sweep. Yeah, for Arrington to get around the end and scores in the touchdown. So good job. I hope he goes and he gets a bunch. I hope he puts on a show tonight, win or lose. When Tyler's hot, it's just fun to watch. He's just a solid, good basketball player. His shot is. I like watching him shoot. It's effortless. It's just boom, boom. It's quick. Like if Dean Smith was teaching a shot, it's close to Tyler Arrington. I mean, Coach Holyfield's done a good job with Tyler on that. I can't say enough about him. I'm get a couple more here highlights as we go through. Here's the 7-yard touchdown run from Bessemer City. This is off the left tackle here for the folks watching, trying to help you out with the ball because it's tough to see in the rain and in the tablet cameras. But there he goes off the left hand. Bessemer did get on the board with their score. Chase Miller, he mentioned him a second ago. Y'all, he's a sophomore and ran over that kid. Now Hunter, check out Tanner's poor view last night. Because it was pouring down rain, he ended up on the inside behind some windows. But this was his view of the night. So didn't get some great highlight shots from him, but he did work hard and he got all the scores. And whether they were great, I'm gonna piece them together for him a little bit and make him a little highlight. Here's some. Let's see. How about a 40-yard run touchdown? We might get some of this from RS Central. Tom, they just had a big night against East Rutherford, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean it was 14-0 at halftime, and then the second half it just got ugly. And I thought this would be a more competitive game, but East Rutherford never really even threatened them. Paul Foster had the call on WAGY, so we appreciate that.
Yep.
And
Jonathan Bland. New
was
to the network.
doing the play-by-play. So they did a good job out there of calling that ball game. I thought it would be more competitive. East Rutherford may make a little noise in that conference. I mean, it's hard to
two
tell.
games we had last night was
RS and
74
Chase
to
big
nothing.
wins last night.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being 47. And what was the Shelby score? Yeah, they ended up being 93 to nothing was the two games we had on KTC broadcast.
Yeah, it wasn't very exciting.
So we could have had, maybe Shelby and RS might be more competitive, and East Gas and East Rutherford would be a good game. They're in the same conference.
Yeah, you've got it marked up there, so you must have heard. But I did get confirmation that Mountain Island Charter will be playing East Lincoln tonight at 6 p.m.
Yep, 6 o'clock today. Like I said, we were supposed to do that game last night, and it got moved up. Let's see a couple more before we get out of here. Did mention last night. We'll mention this morning. Thomas Jefferson's coach got his 350th win in his career.
Where was he before Thomas Jefferson? Didn't you know Terry, Coach Cash? I can't remember.
Not at now, top of your head.
I see it.
That's fine. So real quick, let me thank everybody that worked for us Friday night as we get out here and get back and talk about some pro sports. Chase at Cherryville, Calvin Hastings, Danny Aker, Caleb Johnson had the Twitter highlights, folks. On the Twitter, follow us at KTC Broadcasting again for the highlights and at What's Up Shopper. Crest 38-13, that was Tom Cinefani, Brent Pasco, and Rob Roop. Out at North Lincoln versus West Lincoln the other night. That was that you?
That was Tim and
Logan.
Yes.
Right. Tim Johnson and Logan Baker did that game. RS Central and East Rutherford, Tanner Halbert was on the Twitter. Paul Foster and Jonathan Bland were on the call. Burns at South Point, 28-27. I guess I could give the scores as a go, couldn't I? Burns at South Point. I'm going to do ours, and I'll let y'all do the rest of them. Burns at South Point, 28-27. Burns victory over South Point. Matt Royster had that call. Chase won 56-9 over Cherryville. Crest 38-13 over Forest View. North Lincoln 10-6 over West Lincoln. And RS Central 47-0 over East Rutherford. Terry, real quick, West and North tend to put a lot of points on everybody, but when they play each other, the defense steps up, doesn't it?
It does here lately, and you're talking about a series. People always talking about what is a series. That is one. It's tied 8-8 now.
Oh, okay.
In the 16 meetings that they have had.
North versus the West. That's a weird kind of civil war there, Tom. Got to do some fuzzy geography on that one. East Gaston falls 46-6 to Shelby. Steve DeGree is going to be our tweeter of the year for Shelby this year. I want to thank him. He did a good job out there at Shelby last night. Jeff Jones and Brent Pascal always doing a good job as well. And that's all of our Twitter. Nope, one more Twitter. We had Bessemer City at Pine Lake Prep. That was 52-8. Pine Lake Prep over Bessemer. That was Brian Nichols. Thanks for joining us, Brian, and helping out. Of course, Shelby of 146.6. All right, Hunter and Tom. Tell you what, you take the rest of them since you're on that end of the table. You can see them better.
Okay, so over here, Burns and South Point.
Everything that we didn't do, yeah, just do those two boards.
Okay,
I did Burns and South Point and Shelby. But the rest of them
Kramer at Kings Mountain moved to tonight. Berry Academy 31, Ashbrook 13, Hunter Huss 24, North Gaston 0. Thomas Jefferson 25, the Community School of Davidson 9, Mountain Island Charter and East Lincoln, that's tonight 6 p.m. Lincolnton over Newton Conover 27-13, Pine Lake Prep over Bessemer City 52-8, and Maiden over Bandy's 21-7, Ford over Patton 28-6, High Brighton over Bunker Hill 50-13, Drone over West Iredale 14-3, West Caldwell East Burke, that's been moved, as has McDowell Hickory. Freedom over St. Stephen's 18-14. South Iredale over Alexander Central 7-2. Yes, that was the score, 7-2. Watauga South Caldwell, Christ the King Union Academy moved, did not play last night.
All right, folks, that's the scores for this week. Tonight on KTC Broadcasting, we will have I'm just about mispronounce basketball tonight. North Lincoln hosting Shelby and Crest at West Wren. We'll be back in a few minutes on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Nissan, we kind of do have a money tree, and we're located in Forest City.
The superstars of the NASCAR Cup Series.
Guess what? New player. Here comes Chase Elliott.
Converge on the southern tip of Florida for an epic battle.
They are side by side.
On the super fast Homestead Miami Speedway.
Checkered flag in the air. Denny Hamlin wins the Dixie Vodka 400.
It's the Dixie Vodka 400.
Sunday afternoon at 2:30 on Carolina Country WCSL. 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com. There's something new each week of the new Jumpin' Jeds in downtown Boston. Coming in this week and check out their new exciting store. They have over 100 Billy Jacob prints in stock, plus just arrived new pottery and local grown honey. And see their line of primitive furniture and the beautiful Amish-made hickory rockers. And keep warm and cozy with Amish quilts, hand-stitched right here in the good old USA. That's Jumpin' Jeds, downtown Boston. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 3. Call 704-312-6513. Like them on Facebook, too.
When you see McDonald's Golden Arches, it's easy to get excited. It means something delicious is about to happen, like trying the new crispy chicken biscuit for breakfast. It's made with a crispy, juicy fried chicken fillet on a warm, flaky biscuit that's baked to perfection. Now mix and match the new crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
Take advantage of a special offer on the versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. You own the land. Now, make it yours. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month.
Your Kubota dealer is Park of Arms Service, 126 Bessie Drive, off Highway 74 at Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Earn cash back on dinner while you listen to high school sports on the radio. With a Carolina Federal Credit Union Visa credit card, you can enjoy 1% cash back on every purchase. Carolina Federal Credit Union's Visa credit card has no annual fee and rates starting as low as 10.9% APR. Apply for a credit card online at carolinafcu.org or stop by the Carolina Federal Credit Union drive-thru for an application. Join Carolina Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like family because you are. APR is the annual percentage rate. Rates are subject to change, and an actual rate will be determined based on credit score.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the guys.
Hey, JP, you got me in there?
Yeah, I got you.
We got you now.
Oh, okay.
I had a button to press that was wrong, obviously. But good morning, everybody. Good morning. Big stories across the sports land. We couldn't even come to a consensus, really, what we was going to get to. I guess we'll touch on Tiger for a little bit. Update. Had a wreck this week. Looks like he's going to be okay. As far as sports-wise, we don't know going forward as far as how that's going to end up. But, it was getting near the end of his career anyway. So a lot of people think that he's not going to play again. He shouldn't play again. Don't know exactly what this one was related to, what he was doing, but who cares? Either way. As far as, legacy goes, is trying to, kind of describe to Hunter and the young guys this week is just how good to me. I think the biggest legacy is not, him winning is how many people he probably brought to the game more. The courses did get more people, different people. I'm not going to say as far as more packed, but the average guy that had $25 to waste started playing golf as opposed to doing other things, and they play the video games. The video games is really big. It's some of the first games that you could affect the golf ball and change your clothes. And the old ones, you remember the Lee Trevino golfs on the Nintendo. It's A/B, aim left, aim right, and they got really sophisticated with it. And I think that was a big one. Guys playing Tiger Woods golf and Cyber Tiger golf on the PlayStation in college and stuff it has been a big thing over the years.
Yeah, I remember when I was coaching golf back in the early 2000s when he was really dominant and everybody was a fan. Everybody loved Tiger Woods. And there's some things we can say. A lot of people love him. A lot of people sometimes didn't, but you just hate to see what happened to him. I do feel that, man, it'd be about impossible for him to come back.
I'm a fan of golf, not golfers.
What's that?
I'm a fan of golf, not golfers.
But I think
there's guys I think there's guys that people don't like.
Yeah. And sometimes he could be a little standoffish with the media and with
the
fans.
ungrateful guys. You're a jerk. It's just hard,
It's
come on,
more
dude, you're playing golf.
It's more of a personality,
right?
Thing
Yeah,
in
it
golf.
is
because it's not a team. Obviously, it's not a team sport, so it is you. You are your brand, and so if you come off a certain way, that turns people off.
And I guess he was so popular, he sort of had to be that way, or he'd never get left alone by anybody. But there was no drinking involved, from what I understand. He was just late for an appointment, and that where he wrecked in California was a spot where it had been a place of concern. It's been a place of concern area for a while. So basically, he was late for shooting a documentary. He was supposed to be shooting a documentary about his life or what he's been going through lately. And unfortunately, this happened. I know my brother's a huge Tiger Woods fan.
Was the camera crew with him? Was this a setup?
Kevin, don't start it.
Shooting a documentary, have a wreck. TMC. Hey, you need publicity. How do you get it?
Okay, whatever. But alcohol not involved.
Alcohol wasn't involved. He was just wrecking his car.
They talked to some of the locals. They said,
sounds fishy.
Wrecks here happen all the time in that spot. That spot particular. One gentleman, they played an excerpt when I was listening to them talk about it.
Camera shot of the canyon as well.
Right,
There's always wrecks there.
One guy that they were talking about, from the excerpt I was listening to, he said, if you're going down that road at just the right time of the day, the sun is hitting you so bright in the eyes. He said, you probably can't see it.
All right, that's neat, but was that the exact time that happened?
No, I don't know.
If it's totally irrelevant, it means nothing.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? If it was morning, hasn't it? Hey, he could see great.
I think it was Colombian drug lords that staged the wreck.
It may
and
have.
Actually, he's fine and has fled the country.
He's in
That's
good
probably
spirits
what's happened.
Maybe.
I think Tiger Woods is
This
a
is a way
member
to retire and
of
keep
the queue, so he's probably working underground to take away the child.
It was
sex
it was a
ring.
body double that it was a body double that had compound fractures and shattered his leg.
I told y'all
what
when he
happened
won the
was he
last
was
match.
How
late
did
for
we
a
go
meeting, he was
from
speeding,
golf
got
into
wrecked.
this ludicrous thing about a wreck? Really?
Anything. The fact that the last Masters he won was fixed, and I told y'all he'd never win one again, and I'm going to be right.
No. Tiger Woods was one of them guys that if he was in a match, he was going to do his thing. It's the other guy
Only if he's leading.
who choked.
Only if he's leading. He never came back in his career for one major, except the very last one, the one I told you was fixed. Never came back. Let's take facts. You can shake your heads. I'm just going to state facts like I do with Mike Trout. I'm not saying he's not good. What I'm saying is he never came back to win a single major.
He didn't have
Everyone
to.
he was leading.
He was leading.
He was the closer.
When you're leading,
Right. So
That's like
somebody
saying
chasing you.
Usain Bolt never came from behind
I
to
know
run a
what I'm
sprint
saying.
because he was out ahead the whole
But
time.
the story is, like Terry was kind of leading to, on Sunday, well, there's nothing to worry about on Sunday. Let's change the narrative to, on Saturday, Tiger Woods is the best Saturday golfer of all time. On Sunday, all he had to do was shoot par to win. And in his last one, he shot a 71-1. Like, that's not a winning Sunday. The other dude sucked and fell apart. Oh, that's exactly what it was. If the other guy would have shot the same thing Tiger shot that day, he would have won, and that was par. And so what I'm saying is,
so that news
he's
got
the greatest Saturday golfer, not Sunday golfer. There is no news if you're behind.
If you're
I just
trying
want
to
him-
be
I
a
think we could.
I think we could
Why is
just
this
sit
an
here
issue?
and say.
Y'all should say, yes, I'm right. You're stating a fact.
No, because I can't just sit here and say he's the greatest Saturday golfer. I'm just going to sit here and say he is one of the greatest golfers in general. Period. It is no Saturday and Sunday.
Your best point was he appealed to a wide range of people. People of color started to become more interested in golf. He
I
got
think what I was
more
talking about. I was talking about poor people. I wasn't talking about.
But he did.
race.
But he did. That's a fact. He got demographics that usually did not, were interested in golf, became more interested in golf. So he has a large impact on the game in a lot of ways. So just hope the guy just is able to. I don't think he'll ever be able to play.
No, I don't think he can.
But the fact that he's not dead, is
it's a bonus.
The rehab's going to take too long, and a lot of people forget. Golf takes a lot of your lower body too.
How long have y'all heard? I mean, I hear one people saying it'd be 6 months before he's able to walk. Normally.
Terry, that's to walk.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
This rehab process could very well take over a year.
They
and
said
a half.
his legs were crushed. They were crushed.
He is. I think he's in his 40s. I mean,
he's 2 years younger than me. He's 40. He'll be 45 this year.
Okay, so he'll be 45, so he can play when in the 50 and over.
The senior tour,
the champions, the champions tour,
the
champions.
But Terry, the difference is, just because he'll be able to walk in 6 months, will he be able to walk correctly?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
The thing is my dad went to high school with a guy, you might know him from the area, Bandy, Stanley Daniels. Was going to go play at University of North Carolina. Got in a little bit of some issues and was unable to go play at University of North Carolina. He had his legs crushed by a forklift incident. Was never able to walk the same. And this is one of those instances where, as a professional athlete, got his legs crushed. Like, let's just call it what it is. People had compound fractures, bones sticking out of his legs, and shattered both his ankles. And this was at a reasonable age for Stanley. This is, like you said, about a 44-year-old man. I think Tiger's days, I don't even think will be able to play senior tour.
Yeah, his biggest concern is, like you said, let's walk again. He's
got young kids. He's got young kids too, so he's got to think about that too. Yeah. It's a
right
shame.
now, and it never changed anything about his legs.
No, nothing about his legs.
No.
It's just a shame.
There's nothing he could do.
It's one of those
He can
things.
become an announcer.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't think he will.
I don't know if he's got the personality.
He doesn't
for
have
it.
the personality. For that.
Well, when
You
they
don't
offer
think
him,
so?
when they offer him $15 million a year to talk golf,
yeah,
he's going to be on
he
there.
And he'll be able to tell you things like how he approached stuff compared to
if they're
other
going to pay
people.
Romo 10 to do football, Tiger's getting 10 to 15 to do golf.
Oh
yeah, and he could talk about how, boy, I'm
If
glad
this
I
was
never
me-
was behind on Sunday because I
if
would have
this was
collapsed.
me,
Right.
this is what I would have
He
done.
did.
Yes.
It's just.
I didn't say anything about him collapsing.
It's one
I'm
of
just
those
saying I
things
want
where-
the story to be right.
obviously I hate that.
Wikipedia page to be correct.
I obviously hate that it happened because it's a horrible accident, but I hate that now this means he's not really going to be able to go out on his own terms. Unfortunately, this just basically has forced him out. Like when I say I don't think he can play golf again, I mean, you're retired now.
Yeah. When I think about that, like when my career's done with doing what I'm doing, it's going to be on my own terms.
Exactly.
And that there's a sense of satisfaction in that. And
Tom Brady's doing the same thing. He wants to go out on his terms. That's why he's still playing. And I bet that's why Tiger, he could have given it up when he was having the back problems and not winning anything. But he wanted to go out on his terms.
Let me throw in one little nugget there. They said about Tom Brady, they did a GQ on him in 2005 and said he'd be a senator when he was in 2020. He'd be elected United States Senate. It's like, nope, he's still playing football.
Nope, he's winning Super Bowls.
Still playing football, winning Super Bowls. So,
man,
Tiger Woods, we wish you a speedy recovery. Hopefully, he's okay. For his children, guys, that's got to be hard. His children are what, middle school age?
Yeah, they're young.
Yeah, young children. So that's rough.
That's not a good phone call to get.
No, it is not.
I'm trying to find scoring averages.
He's trying to find some kind of stat to back up whatever he says,
which I know is 100% correct.
He starts with a conclusion and looks for evidence. He doesn't gather evidence and come up with a conclusion. He does it the other way around.
I said the facts. How many majors he won? I
think 14, 14 or 15. He didn't catch Nicholas. I think Nicholas had 18 somewhere in there, high teens, something like that.
All right, so I'm pulling.
And where did Nicholas go to college? Of course. Can anybody guess where Nicholas?
I don't know. Maybe a school that's lost two straight in college basketball.
They have lost two straight, and I think the pressure's getting to him.
He didn't play quarterback.
The pressure got to him a little bit.
18 for Nicholas, 15 for Tiger Woods. So the fact is, 14 of the 15 he was leading before Sunday started. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
is
that just shows how
that a
good
factor?
he is.
I know. That's what I can. Just, you guys interpret what I'm saying instead of listen to what I'm saying. I said
no, it's how
15,
you say it.
14 of 15 of his wins, he had the lead before Sunday.
No, it's how you say it.
Is that a fact?
The last one that he was in,
that's all I'm saying.
He was behind.
The only one,
and the guys that were in front of him started choking because here comes Tiger.
But he didn't come. He shot par.
Well, that don't mean a thing. I mean, they knew he was there.
Right, Terry.
Every shot they took, they was like, well, whatever I do here. See, what happened is they started playing Tiger and started playing and quit playing the course.
Oh, God. If Tiger would have shot 100 and still won that day, would you still be talking that was Tiger's because Tiger scared them all?
I still say
and they shot 125 and he shot 100.
I'm telling you it did.
It's the craziest thing
when
I've ever
he
heard
started
in my life.
catching up, they started playing him and quit playing that course.
Godly.
Because the course is what's going to beat you. It's not the other individual.
I swear, people watch different things than I do. Walter Hagen is third with 11. Ben Hogan 9. Gary Player 9. Tom Watson 8. Harry Vardon from the movie
Greatest Game Ever Played.
Yep, from the Greatest Game Ever
Gary
Played.
Player had the best golf name ever.
Yeah,
that's the best golf name
ever. And Gary Player always had fun doing it.
He did. Lee Trevino did too. Lee Trevino, Gary Player, those guys. They were the old pack of cigarettes and six-pack of beer type golfers.
When they were out there, they didn't care what was going on around them. They were having fun.
You got to be one hell of a golf player, too, for them to name a drink after you, too, Mr. Arnold Palmer.
That's right.
My favorite name is Jose Maria. I think I lost to my balla. One of the announcers said, they used to say, I think that was Berman's nickname. Chris Berman's nickname was it when he did the highlights. It was Jose Maria. I think I lost to my balla. Then there's Steve Ballesteros. Let's see. Want to find anything active? Yeah, and that's what I was trying to tell Hunter. I was like, we talk about every other year or something. There's this fad golfer. This guy wins 2 or 3. Then this guy wins 2 or 3. But nobody ever wins 8, 9, and 10. And even Mickelson, he's sitting at 5. We've been talking about him for years. Tiger's got 15. So, are we gonna when are we gonna get the next guy that gets to 8, 9, and 10? And it doesn't happen as often as we think. And what he did is exceptional. All right, JP, you ready for a break? We got to come back. We're gonna talk baseball, basketball, football. Terry wants to talk hockey and soccer some more. I think we'll talk offsides and icing when we get back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could go look at a new car or truck and you didn't have to worry about getting caught up in those games that waste half your day? Well, Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City is different because we're fast, easy, and transparent. We have over 300 new and used vehicles on the ground with clear choice pricing and the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and a free lifetime warranty on every new car. You better believe Friendship Nissan and Friendship Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram is different, and you can find us in Forest City.
It's time to play at the Green Meadows Golf Course on Kelly Road in Mount Holly. Play and ride Monday through Friday for $25. Weekends just $30. Seniors ride and play Monday through Friday for $20. And every Wednesday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for just $15. So make your tee time now by calling the Green Meadows Golf Course, 704-827-9264. Green Meadows Golf Course, 957 Kelly Road in Mount Holly.
Buy 3 tires and get 1 free at Butler's Tire and Auto Service in Kings Mountain. For a limited time, when you buy Westlake or Pantera or Black Line tires, you'll get 1 free. And it includes a 1-year road hazard warranty with a premium alignment purchase. Plus, you'll find tires by Goodyear, Dunlap, and Kelly. And be sure to ask about their $99 brake special, plus inspections and alignments by certified mechanics with friendly service. The new Butler's Tire and Auto, 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. The new classic Volkswagen in Gastonia announces that they are liquidating all 2020 models. Now is the time to save thousands of dollars with great aggressive deals. And they have a great selection too. Looking for a lease? Then check out the 2020 Volkswagen Jetta for $199 a month, or the new Volkswagen 2020 Golf TSI for only $259 a month. Come in now for all the details at Classic Volkswagen of Gastonia, 4417 Wilkinson Boulevard in Gastonia, and online at classicvwgastonia.com. At United Bank, banking means more than financial solutions. It means rallying around the causes that matter to their employees, customers, and neighbors. Over the years, United Bank has grown in size, but their community focus has not changed. By giving back to our local communities and funding business development, we help fuel economic growth. United Bank, member FDIC.
Well, now take down your fishing pole and meet me at the fishing hole.
It's time to go fishing. Whether it's at your favorite fishing hole or the lake or even the ocean, the Great Outdoors in Cherryville is what you need. Come see their full line of fishing tackle. Visit the all-new reel shed and boats too. Bass boats, pontoon boats, and pleasure boats. They've got them all. So take down your favorite fishing pole and head to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Highway 150 East, right behind McDonald's. Online at teamgreatoutdoors.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Sorry, we're back. I was distracted.
Thank you, JP, for bringing us back. We just got done with a little bit of golf segment. We also did high school football at the top of the show for almost an hour. We had so much.
It was first weekend in 3 days.
I know. That's usually what happens opening weekend of anything.
Yeah. So that means
we had to break that in.
We're going to stay to do the show today till noon.
Nope. Nope. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll be here till noon, I guess, doing the show all by myself.
No, you won't.
Just make sure you pay yourself.
Yeah, make sure you write yourself a check.
So I looked up a stat. Do y'all want to know it or not?
Not really. I mean, what is it?
Okay. Yeah, whether or not we say.
I mean, you're
y'all
going to
get
say
mad
it
at me when I say
it.
stats.
Yeah.
When I say a stat, y'all interpret it however you want.
Oh, he gets.
But 11 out of 17 years, Tiger Woods had a better scoring average in the 3rd round than the 4th round.
Okay. So he got so far ahead, he could just cruise on Sunday.
You can interpret it however you want.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
This guy's called coasting.
Again,
That's it.
He was a better 3rd round player than he was a 4th round player.
Come get me.
True or false, Terry? Tiger's better in the 3rd round than the 4th round.
That's all that matters.
True or false?
If you don't collapse, then
True
you're
or false?
good in
Yeah.
the 4th round.
Yeah.
Better. I didn't say steadier. I said better.
If
You
I
just
scored,
cruise,
if
man.
I scored 25 points in the 3rd quarter and take a 25-point lead, and then I don't score in the 4th quarter,
He's
but
Steph.
all you do is score 15, I still win.
He's Steph. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying facts.
What do you think of? I mean, I would love to be that type
Why
of
is it-
golfer
I don't-
on Saturday that I'm
y'all are
already
getting
counting
insulted
my
by it.
money. I'm counting my money on
Y'all are
Saturday
getting
because I'm so far ahead of everybody.
This is the whole. You're not as good as Michael Jordan, but you're next. That's the whole. They get mad about it. Like all I'm saying is that you're better in the third round and fourth round. It's just a fact.
So
All right,
Michael
NBA,
had to come up and hit a final shot. There's the difference.
He's never come back to win anything.
Yeah, Michael, come on now. We're talking Michael Jordan.
I was talking Tiger.
Oh.
That was basketball and how garbage your Celtics are, Terry.
Jeez,
What?
Terry.
So, what is it? All you got to do is make the playoffs. Who cares what
All
you
you gotta
doing?
do is make the playoffs
So
and
you
lose
gotta
the
do.
first round
Hunter,
series.
Hunter, let's ask him. Terry, who won the deal? Celtics or Hornets for Rozier and Kimba?
Who won the deal?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Charlotte might be ahead of them now. Wait till the end of the year.
Kimba
Bet
had his
on it.
first
Do-
30-point
Do
game
you
of the year
have
last night.
money? There's the question. No, you don't have enough money to bet on that because you know Boston could run off 8 to 10 in a row right here.
You know they have a losing record and they're only 3 games ahead of the Cavs.
They're half a
that?
game ahead of the Charlotte
Yeah.
Hornets.
We already ahead of Charlotte.
Terry.
And all we done was won last
Terry.
night.
Half
What
a
do
game
you
ahead
think-
of the Bulls.
Beat Indiana.
Terry, what do you think about
There you
Danny
go.
Ainge coming out after he's the one that makes all those moves, saying
Well,
I don't have a good
No,
enough
it's
roster?
like with the
No.
Cowboys.
Here's
He will
your
not
deal.
admit they're just average or good at any
No,
point, really.
no. Here is your deal, and I'm glad y'all got to this because y'all always sat in here and say, Terry, you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I do. Because
I don't say that often.
without Smart is the leader of that team, and he's not playing. So they're losing. You got to have your leader.
Tatum was the leader.
No, Tatum is a great player. He's
But
not
he
the
said
leader.
Tatum is the
You've
leader.
got to have
Then you've
a
also
dude
said
out there.
Brown was the leader.
No, I've
said
never. I've always said Smart was your leader.
Terry.
I've said Tatum is the best player on the team that you should go to, but Smart, you got to have a leader like Draymond Green with Golden State. What did he do last night? 11, 12, and how many assists? Excuse me, Curry, can you not dish out the ball in
he
it?
had one
19.
good game. He had one good game.
No, he had a great game last week.
Terry,
Still
let's do an
averaging
easy
a
scientific
triple
experiment.
single.
19 assists.
We're gonna do an easy scientific experiment, Tom. If Draymond Green's standing at one corner of the court, or on the same side of the court, and Curry's on the other, and they just pass the ball to each other and shoot, and they do that for 10 minutes, who's gonna end up with the most assists?
They're going to have the same amount of assists, right? Oh, wait a minute. What if he makes
If
it? I don't know.
Draymond
Okay.
throws it to Steph, he shoots.
Draymond's
Steph
gonna
goes
have
it to
more
Draymond,
assists.
who
Okay, I see
shoots.
what you're saying.
Who's going to have more
Yeah,
assists?
I see what you're saying.
This isn't hard math.
Yeah.
for you.
Draymond's
Terry,
gonna have
don't
more
talk to
assists.
me about Steph Curry's assist.
I don't even want to hear it.
Like, come on.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Can you
because
go
of the
up,
field
pull
goal
up how
percentage.
many Curry's had assists? He's
No,
leading.
now, Terry, I need
maybe
you,
it's 10.
I need you
maybe
to respond
9,
to
not
my
19.
question to you. I need you, Terry, to respond
That's like LeBron
to
fans
your
saying,
general
"Why would he get 8
manager's
assists a
quote.
game?"
What did you think about Danny Ainge, the guy that has made so many offseason moves, it
I'm
seems
listening.
like the last 3 or 4 years, coming out saying, we don't have a good enough roster. By God, you traded away everybody to try and get some of these players.
The problem they're having, and he's got to look himself in a mirror every time he gets up every morning or goes to sleep every night. He's got to look himself and say, where's my big man for the middle? Come on, Tristan Thompson, come on. That's
Now, he
not
made a
guy
move
to play
for
the
him.
mi- He did, but that's not what we need. We need a legitimate guy who can play the middle. And this is even bad to say, Dwight Howard. And that is so bad to say for me because I do not like Dwight Howard. But we need somebody who's going to score 10 and grab 12 to 14 rebounds. Boston hadn't had that since, let's go on way back, since they've had a legit, true center.
Tristan got you 6 and 5.
I mean, what did we have? Candor last year? What did he do? Nothing.
You got Tice, man.
We got Tice. What does he do? Nothing.
He had 17 last night.
Okay, so he has a game every now and then. I mean, even
like Draymond Green.
You know, no.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
Wrong answer. Because last week when they played the Hornets and that play was called, you know what? Yeah, Steve Kerr was right to come out and say he did the wrong thing at the wrong time. But the bottom line in that whole thing, Draymond tied the guy up. He didn't foul him. He tied the guy up. That's how that play should have ended. It should have been a jump ball between those two guys instead of Draymond end up being with a foul and then all of a sudden a technical, and all of a sudden he's tossed out of the game. Or you know what? The Hornets should have never won that game.
But they did.
But then last night,
I was wondering where he was going to go with that game.
So Draymond has come back. Last night they played them Hornets,
Let's not-
and what Draymond do said, here's what y'all missed because I am the man.
So again, Terry, you talk about Draymond's leadership. Did his leadership not lose a game?
Yeah, he did.
Then
He did.
What's he there for?
But now, no, that ain't the point. It's the point that he tied the ball up.
He's not any good.
He did not foul nobody. They act like he pushed that guy. He never pushed no guy.
Oh, God. He lost the game for him is what he did.
I'll tell you what.
Let me add up how many points they have last night. Y'all add up how many points that adds up. 11 points, 12 rebounds, 19 assists. Oh, Lordy, my Lord.
I
believe we're up around
rebounds as
60.
points.
We're up about 60. Half of the points that the Golden State scored was a kind of account of Draymond Green.
Well, if they put me in the game for the Warriors, I'm just going to pass to Curry every time, and I'll probably
That's
have
what I'm.
a good amount
That's
of
what I'm
assists.
wondering. What we're talking about.
Listen,
here.
even if I get 10
Like,
assists to Curry, if they're all threes, I equivalated 30 points.
I've never in my life seen people dedicate all that time and energy to someone who's the fifth leading.
You got to
scorer
have
on
somebody.
their team.
You got to have a leader. I don't care who it is. You got to have a leader.
Lead from the back.
Well,
he leads from,
listen,
he leads
now,
from the rear.
I'm just happy to see this. Kevin is donning Hornets and Hornets, and all I ever hear out of his mouth is junk.
What?
Talking about the
I don't
Hornets.
never
They're
talk any
bad.
junk. They are bad.
I think they're a decent basketball team.
And I think
decent
Ball
doesn't
will
win.
Rookie of the Year.
I think that's an easy lock.
Go win Rookie of the Year.
That's an easy lock.
Okay, go ahead and
Did
give
you
it to him.
see
Nobody-
Anthony Edwards jump over
Yeah.
everyone the other
I
night?
did see that.
And he's scoring more than Ball.
Is he? Ball's
Yes.
averaging 15 a game right now.
Anthony Edwards was averaging 72.
Sure.
Up until last night. The
Okay.
reason I put this on because I didn't look at the standings this morning because I was going to come on and brag.
Yeah, you couldn't because
We were in
Boston
first
back ahead.
place last night.
We were.
We were in first place, Tom. The Hornets were a first place team until last night, and the Warriors upset us.
How's that?
What do you mean, how is that? We were first. We got beat by a fourth place team last night. Just terrible. We got to get better. The coach has got to do better than that. If you're in first place,
Jesus, that
you
coach
can't-
needs to
you
do
can't-
better.
You can't lose to a fourth place team. Ever. Don't you agree?
They were first place in their division, Tom.
But they don't do that. They
Who don't do that? I'm looking at the standings right now.
That never works.
I'm
That
looking
don't
at
work.
All the standings
That
are just
old
put
junk
all the
East,
teams in
Central,
together.
and West, whatever.
It
That
doesn't
don't
mean anything.
nothing.
I'm looking at the Southeast
It
Division right
means
now.
It doesn't
nothing.
mean anything.
We were in first place before last night.
It
That's what we
means
were.
Here it
nothing.
is. But here it is. In the East, you've
Has
got.
he not talked about the NFC East for 6
Okay.
months,
Look.
being 5-8, and telling how much
Because
it means?
that
But now it
means
don't
something.
mean nothing.
Look, the
In
Pacers.
the NBA, it doesn't.
The Pacers are 15 and 16, the 8th spot. Cleveland is 14th with 12 wins. The Pacers with 15. That's how ugly the East is right now.
That's 3-point difference. 3-game
It's
difference.
all about making playoffs.
That's how
Tom.
ugly
Who
it is.
cares,
Okay?
Tom?
And look, the fifth, the Heat have 16 wins, and they've got a losing record. The fifth place team
Heat's
in
in
the
first
East
place.
has a losing record.
The Heat's in first place.
They are in fifth place.
First.
Playoffs. That
First.
doesn't mean. What's that mean?
They're in
What's
first.
What's it mean?
You don't get a first
You
round
don't. You
bye.
don't get a. You know.
Would the Browns
doesn't mean
not
anything.
put up a banner that
If
said
you win your division in the NFL,
champs?
if you win your division
No.
in the NFL,
The Browns would put up
No,
a
no,
set-
no, no.
you know, the-
That don't.
true or false? Can
No.
you win your division in the NBA and not
Yes.
make the playoffs?
Yes. I don't know. Actually, I
don't know.
I actually don't
No,
know that.
you can't. If you lose your,
Are
you
you
got to
sure?
come in the top 8.
Are you sure
You
about
have to come
Yeah.
in the top 8.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with anything. You still hang a
That
banner.
Eastern Western. No, you don't.
No,
hang
you
no
don't hang a
Western
banner.
champion up in your
You don't
Why
hang a
wouldn't you?
banner for that, Kevin.
I finished ninth. Didn't
Who
make the
would?
playoff, but I'm the Central Division
NC
champion.
State has plenty of NIT banners in their stadium, and you're telling me we can't hang a,
Yeah, we
hang
got
a
a couple.
division
We got some national
championship?
titles in our banner too.
Division
Still less than
Hunt.
Carolina, but we won't
all
talk about
8
that.
teams in the
No, y'all
West who
claim
are
stuff. and
Hunter,
I'll
you're in
get
the
to you.
Southeast too. Are you gonna let these two disrespect
All-
our division?
They
If I
can
could
disrespect
say-
the Wizards all they want.
all the 8 teams in the West have winning records that are the top 8 playoff teams.
Hunter,
Who
I figured out the
cares?
problem. Here's the problem.
Because
Boston's
it
in
just
last.
shows how sorry the East is, Terry.
No, it does not. All
The
you
East
got to
is
do is
sorry.
win
Boston's
5 or
in
7
last.
in a row.
Boston
Cleveland
is
is
in last
second
in the
to
division,
last.
and Cleveland's in fourth. Now I figured out why they don't want to talk about divisions.
Because they
it
don't
out.
mean anything.
Well,
You
yeah,
didn't
Terry's
never
in
answer my
last
question.
place.
Can you
I don't know
finish
that's true.
first in your division and not make the playoffs in the NBA?
I have no idea.
Yes. The answer is yes, because they take the top 8 teams.
That's cute. But either way, you're still division champ.
So you don't put no banner up. for
Timeout.
that.
Whoa.
You're not going
Terry.
to put a banner up for that.
Answer this question. Has Appalachian hung their Poinsettia Bowl banners? Has NC State won whatever crappy bowl game banners they won? If I go to Raleigh, You're telling me y'all don't have all y'all's crappy bowl trophies in a case somewhere, and I can't hang a division? Hunter, please back me up on this.
The only thing I'm
My team ain't even in contention. So
I'm just talking about why can't we hang a division title if you can hang
Well,
a bowl?
now, listen,
The Wizards are only 3 games back of the last playoffs.
Well,
we
I'll tell you
won
something.
6
If
out
I
of
was
7. Big whoop.
Appalachian,
We-
I would hang every one of mine because I'd also be able to sit back and say, hey, I'm not the one that scheduled me for a bowl, but whichever one you put me in, I've never lost.
Southeast Division champ.
Now,
All
see,
right.
that's different. That's college basketball.
go.
This is professional
This is
basketball.
football.
Now,
Can the Jazz win it?
the whole thing?
Yeah, let's go there. Let's put y'all arguing with me about how the Hornets are in first.
Well, let
And
me
then-
answer your question first. I don't see why you couldn't hang a divisional banner, but I don't know if that's something that NBA teams want to
Would
do.
you want that up in your rafters?
Terry,
I didn't argue if it was respectable.
I
just
don't,
said
I
they
don't
can't
care. I
have
don't
the
care if it. I don't care. Like to me, I don't care
I
if it
finished
means
10th,
anything.
but there's my banner, guys. Y'all salute.
Listen,
That's the same thing
you
as a
can
bowl
do whatever
win.
you want. That's the same thing. Like
That's the exact same thing as winning
listen,
a bowl
It's the
game.
same exact thing as Central Florida hanging a national championship banner the year they went undefeated.
Well, they probably should have. They did go
That's all
unbeaten.
I have to say on that. Now, can the Jazz win it? I watched a little bit of the Jazz Lakers game the other night. Believe it or not, that's probably the first, like the most of a
Boy, that was
NBA
great,
basketball
wasn't it?
game
I
I've
loved it.
watched it. I loved
loved
watching the Lakers get beat.
Yeah.
I did, and it's mostly because that's all I've heard all offseason. The Lakers can repeat. The Lakers might be the most
They got
dominant
beat
team
last
in the
night, too,
NBA.
did they not?
No, they won last night.
Did
they
they
broke.
win?
They
Oh,
broke
they
a
broke
four
the
game. They
sign.
broke
There
a
you
4-game losing streak that they've had.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, real most dominant NBA team. Right. Can they win it?
You
No.
better get Anthony Davis back, buddy, because we're seeing what they are without
The
him.
Jazz, the Jazz can't win it, and that's just. How many times have we seen a team flex their muscle in the regular season in the NBA and it doesn't mean
That's
squat?
what I was trying to tell everybody. This right here,
Boston. No,
this,
y'all are just
no,
bad.
this right here means nothing. All you got to do is make the playoffs. You finish 500. That's where Boston's hanging around.
Now-
Finish 500. If we're seeded number 8, you know number 1 don't want to play us.
Like, I mean, think about it. I know last year kind of it can be an outlier, but Miami made it as a 5 seed. Even the Nuggets were, a 4 seed and made the Western Conference Finals? We knew what the Lakers were the first year with AD and LeBron, and they had all the defensive guys that they had last year, and they were the 1 seed, so they made it. I get that. Okay, they had a great year. But the Jazz, I like Donovan Mitchell a lot. I think he plays hard every night. Other than that, who they got?
Rudy.
Yeah.
That's defense.
Rudy Gobert.
I mean, I'm talking. Listen, you got to be
A
able to
rim
match.
protector.
You gotta
Boston would take him today.
You got to be able to match when Anthony Davis comes back healthy.
Should he
30 and maybe
should he
20.
be in the All-Star game?
Should he be in there?
Should Rudy Gobert be on the All-Star team?
No.
What's
I
his
said
line?
no.
What's his line, Kevin? You
It's
got
like
it?
12 and
I'm pulling it up
16.
in a second.
Oh, remember how Monday or Wednesday I was complaining about Devin Booker not made it?
He's
Well,
on now,
he's in now.
Well, the game of the night is the Nets and the Mavericks. See if
Well, right
so-
there's what's telling you. Hey, we got rid of Durant, but Brooklyn's still winning.
Yeah,
Got rid of Durant.
I mean, they
No, he's
won
just
8 in
sitting
a
there
row.
with
That's what I'm
just got
saying.
They won 8 in a
hamstring
row.
injury.
There you go.
Or you might have too many
Brooklyn
cooks.
Don't need
You might
him.
have too
Don't
many
be
cooks in the
That's
kitchen.
it.
You know,
That's
too many cooks
it.
in the kitchen, man.
Don't be silly.
That's it. Do
So
not
Rudy,
need
Rudy
him.
Gobert's line is 14 and 13. And the
It's not
reason
bad.
why I said he shouldn't be an all-star, it's not saying he's not a good player. He could still be first-team All-NBA or first-team defense. To me, the all-star game is a show. That's what it is. Nobody going to play no
14
defense.
and 13.
14 and 13.
So I would rather have a guy who is 25 and 2 assists and he'll make the All-Star game than a guy who is doing what that guy's doing.
Doing the dirty work.
Absolutely.
How many
Yes.
blocks a game?
Terry,
That's why you got to have a leader.
Terry, I want you to understand the reason why I'm saying it is not taken away from him. If he's still first team All NBA, that's an accolade he
It
can get.
is taken away from
To
him if
me-
you're saying he's not an All-Star.
If I had to vote on an All-Star, Rudy Gobert is not popping my head. Because the All-Star game, to me, we all know there's no defense. It's a show. You go out there to watch some of the best scorers in the NBA go out there and score 150 points almost.
Then it shouldn't have it.
Well, Terry, you're speaking as a choir. I don't care. This is the most. This and though they're trying to make it competitive, this and the NFL Pro Bowl it's just it's not
I
no
agree.
competition.
The Pro Bowl's
agree.
awful.
There's just no competition.
The only thing when you go to them things, I every now and then, I ain't gonna say never. I do watch the All-Star games sometimes. The dunk contest is a joke.
It is now.
All the dunks,
and now
you
they're
can do
doing
has
it
been
all
done.
in one night. So enjoy a 6-hour
The
broadcast.
only thing about the NBA that I like is the 3-point shooting. That's skill.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to knock them down. There's no other exception. So that's legit. And when you go to the NFL, that's just a joke.
The only two
you shouldn't
All-Star,
even be having.
I haven't really watched the NHL All-Star game, but the only All-Star games I've enjoyed is the All-Star race. I love watching the All-Star race. I used to go whenever my uncle would take me.
Course.
And it beside the point, Jerry. And I like the MLB All-Star game. That's actually pretty competitive.
If
I like
you
it.
make
and
it
I
for
love the
some
home run
reason.
derby.
Tom,
If
do you
you
think
make-
Terry sits at home yelling at the TV screen all weekend?
When I was yelling at that TV screen when I found out it was a road course, I sure was.
I tell you.
And I even let y'all know it. This is a
But
joke.
to me, like, when I sit here and say Rudy Gobert, I mean, All-Star don't just pop in my head. He is probably one of the best defensive players and rebounders in the game.
And you got to have it.
Yeah.
But not in your All-Star game, you know.
Why not? He can slam just as good as the next guy coming in there.
Listen, let me give you
I
your
would
start.
hope so at 6'11", 7 foot.
Here's your starters. LeBron and Durant are the captains.
Kevin Durant will not be playing.
Durant's not playing. Giannis, Bradley Beal, Joe Embiid, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi, Jokic, Doncic, and Curry.
Jason Tatum's been moved up to be the starter in front of
Terry,
Kevin Durant.
And Tom, I'm sure you guys agree with it. I can't stand the non-East versus West. And it's just everybody in a group and random.
Remember the NFL did that for a while where they had like Team Dion and Team
No, I
Jerry
kind of
Rice.
liked that because they were just drafting them.
I didn't like that at all.
Because there's no. When you watch a game in a competition, you already know that they're not playing hard, and now that you take any rooting interest away from me, like I would pull for whatever
it's
my
just a
team
pickup
was.
game now.
I would pull for East versus West.
Yeah,
Right now, it's just a pickup game.
And the way they tackle the running backs, they just sort of.
Yeah.
And if you're not oohed and awed by a 150-point pickup basketball game,
You're not gonna watch.
no. So I think
I just want to know, like, I want to see what time this All-Star night is supposed to start because of COVID. They have to do everything in one night.
Should Gordon Hayward be in there instead of anybody, or are you okay with Sabonis and Zach? No, Levine's averaging 28. What about Ben Simmons only getting 15 points a game? He's in there.
I don't think Ben Simmons should be in there. Not right now.
No,
They're saying he's the
Sabonis
best
was just
defender in the
added.
NBA.
But it's fans,
Sabonis
fan
was
of
added in there.
not
for-
just
A lot of,
fans.
I mean,
But he's
a lot
averaging a
of it-
double-double.
A lot of
Yeah,
it
but
is
still,
you had to be
him
voted
over
in.
Hayward.
Hayward's not averaging a double-double.
What's Hayward's?
23, 4 and 4, basically.
Okay,
5
well,
and 5.
There's what I said shouldn't be. I agree with that. Then
I
Sabonis should have
disagree.
been in there.
Sabonis is averaging a double-double. Ben Simmons is not, though. Ben Simmons is only getting 15 and 8 and 8.
15, 8, and 8.
That's
though.
almost a triple-double.
That's close.
Almost.
What about which Celtics should Gordon Hayward replace? Because he left them, and they got worse after he left, and he's averaging the same thing as Jaylen Brown in every
If
category.
I was Charlotte, I would.
And Jason Tatum, actually.
If I was Charlotte, I
Tatum's
would
getting more
call
rebounds.
Boston right now. Boston would never do it, but if I was Charlotte, I'd call Boston right now. Say, dude, we'll give you Terry Rozier back for Jaylen Brown.
Well, you know that's.
I know they
gonna
won't do
happen.
that, but that's because to me, hell, I'd give him Gordon Hayward back. Jaylen Brown to me is a stud anywhere. If he goes to any team, I think he's averaging more than what he's averaging this year, and he's
Well-
averaging 25.
Well, the only thing with him, and I keep telling people, until you get somebody for that middle,
I liked Jaylen Brown
So
when he was
Paul
coming out.
we
of
cannot
college.
stop a big man in the middle.
Paul George is in. Hey, should he be in there, Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Chris Paul at 16 points a game?
Oh, Chris Paul's
16
got,
and
but he's
8.
got a lot of fan appeal.
Yeah, that's
He's a great guy.
I,
He's
we
gonna-
got to
he's gonna be
remember
in
that
there
too.
anyway.
It's a lot of it's fan voting, and then from there they do
Well,
the
this is a
draft.
reserve. So I don't.
Zion's in. I mean, he should. My God, he's almost averaging 50. Almost.
Listen.
I think last
If I
month he
can
was
be a
averaging
top T-shirt
66%.
salesman, I'm going to make the All-Star
There's
game.
30 people, though, to me. There's 30 guys averaging 20 points a game, and you're putting guys in there averaging 15 and 16 and 13 points. Like, I don't like Hunter's saying with the, you're there
Like,
for
it
a
is
show.
just a show.
Like what show is Chris Paul going to do? He's going to do a
He's
pull
gonna
up.
throw a lob.
He's going to throw a lob, pull up a shot from the elbow. Like, what's Rudy Gobert going to do? Is he going to go in there and try to block dunks? No.
Not
Only
in
when it
this
gets to the
All-Star
fourth-
game.
No, only when it gets to the fourth quarter. Then they decide to play the last 7 minutes.
Because of how it's set up.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's the NBA. All right, JP, we got to take another break. thumbs up. Yes, sir. Y'all got any other news and notes on the NBA? Did I miss anything?
No.
Nuggets 17 and 15 of the 8th seed.
No,
Warriors
but the
at
NBA
7.
is getting to a point now where I'll start paying attention more. It's called after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Real quick, why can't Pelicans win with Brandon Ingram and Zion playing? That's two pretty good guys. They just can't guard anybody like everybody else.
They've got. I think I was listening the other day. NBA analyst was like they got like the 28th worst defense in the NBA.
You know somebody on that team is shooting a lot here lately? Ball.
And he's hitting his threes.
God, he is shooting a lot. He's open. He's firing.
Yeah. Well, he probably has a green light. Crazy thing, too, I think in the month of January, I think it was either the month of January or February this year, Zion Williamson was averaging 66% field goal percentage from the field.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Bradley Beal's leading the league in scoring, the only guy in the league getting 30 this year.
He's on a mission.
Tom and Terry, real quick before we go to break, the scoring keeps going up. Everybody, we're going to score more points. But Michael Jordan's still him and Wilt, the only people to average 30, and they got one guy averaging 30 this year. So it's you can shoot all you want and keep shooting, and it's still the same or less. All right, JP, let's go. On a break, kdcbroadcasting.com.
When is being different a good thing? Well, at Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram in Forest City, our customers say we're different. Look at our Google reviews. They say we're different too. We have the region's only non-commissioned sales force. We use no haggle, clear choice pricing, and we have the only lifetime warranty with no time or mileage limits. When our customers leave, they say, that was a great experience. And that's where we're most different. That's Friendship Jeep Dodge Ram, and we're located in Forest City.
Is the cost of ink driving your profits down? Then listen up. Discount Ink Jet and Toner is here to help. Discount Ink Jet and Toner specializes in refilling ink jet and toner cartridges. Cut your ink costs by as much as 50% or more. Discount Ink Jet and Toner, located on 410 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. 100% satisfaction guaranteed.
It's a destination place. It's the new Sammy's Restaurant and Pub of Dallas. It's time to go. 6-ounce filet mignon, $21.99. 8-ounce filet mignon, $26.99. And big 14-ounce ribeyes are $21.99. Plus chicken wings all day, every day. And every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. With classic margaritas for $5. Corona or Corona Light, $3. Patron Silver is $7. And enjoy Sammy's brunch each and every Sunday. Sammy's Restaurant and Pub of Dallas, 130 West Trade Street in Dallas. Call 704-215-7461. Like them on Facebook, too. Full Throttle Power Sports in Gastonia has just gotten a whole lot bigger, and we mean a whole lot bigger. They have just purchased MS Power Sports in Gastonia and are now your dealer for Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki, along with CF Moto, Yamaha, and Polaris. Golf carts, too. One big dealer under one big roof, plus a complete parts and service department. That's Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk of I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. It's time to get ready. That's right, turkey season is just around the corner. And the Great Outdoors in Cherryville is everything you need to bag your bird. Just come on in and check out their merchandise. And it's time to get your boat ready for spring. The Great Outdoors is a full-service department and, of course, everything you need to catch that big one. And all remaining winter merchandise, 40% off. The Great Outdoors, Highway 150 east of Cherryville, right behind McDonald's. Online at teamgreatoutdoors.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook, too. During this period of COVID-19, Bruner's Automotive in downtown Cherryville wants you to know that they are there for you. Come by and get a free fluid and air pressure check. They'll check your oil, coolant, and fluids and make sure your tires have the correct pressure. And it's at no charge. And they can give you personal protection. Just pull up, beep your horn, and they'll come out. See them today. That's Bruner's Automotive, 319 East Main Street in Cherryville. Give them a call at 704-923-7612.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with the guys.
And we're live still. Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Want to give a quick shout out, Tom, to our friends.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge, our sponsor this morning. Visit them at 190 Oak Street Extension in Forest City, North Carolina, 828-919-3001. And Friendship Nissan, 156 Oak Street Extension, Forest City, North Carolina, 828-245-1661. Take your tax return to Friendship and get you a new ride in 2021.
Terry, did you want your opportunity to say something?
I do.
Yeah.
Again, in Forest City, 828-919-3001. And over in Forest City for the Friendship Nissan on Oak Street, 828-245-1661. Guys, we appreciate what y'all do for us. And
yes,
I'll get Tom and them up there to get them a brand new ride.
I tell you what, I could use a ride.
Hunter, let's play true or false real quick. True or false, the most seasoned veteran in this building is also the most childish.
Yeah, I'd say
yeah.
he needs to get to work at work too. I'm gonna tell his boss man. Find
Tom, we all have lunch.
He
Terry.
obviously doesn't listen to the Saturday
Terry
show,
starts.
does he?
Terry does a
lunch.
brunch, a lunch, and then what would you call a lunch like late
a munch.
afternoon?
It's a mid-afternoon lunch.
Wait a minute.
A munch. That's a snack. Let's just call it a snack.
Are you a cafeteria lady? And
He's
just
at
haven't
lunch
told
all
us?
day.
You're
This
at lunch
guy,
all day?
I'll tell you what, man.
Is that what it is, Terry? You're
I'm
a
gonna
cafeteria
transfer
lady?
schools. I
Listen, Terry, we got. I think
breathing
Terry
room.
does a lot of supervising while he's continuing some
You'd be
child
surprised
labor
what
law
all I
effects.
do. There you go.
So, all I gotta say, Terry, is some of those text messages do come during your prime work hours.
Yeah,
No, not prime work hours. Maybe y'all's phone's got delays on them or something.
Oh,
yeah, that's what it is.
I went and looked up another fact to get myself in trouble. Y'all can read into it what you want. But the 2005 NBA Rookie of the Year voting, Emeka Okafor had 77 votes. Ben Gordon was second. The great immortal Ben Gordon went 43. And poor Dwight Howard was third with 6 votes.
Maybe he wasn't good as a rookie.
He wasn't.
Tell you what, Dwight Howard still looks pretty good though, man. He's
Listen
he's
to you. If you're a gym rat, you look that way forever. It's just your skills.
Now, Terry and Hunter got a little heated in the break about some college basketball. Let's touch on that a second. We'll get to NFL. In a minute.
We can touch on that because Tom has to lick some wounds real quick for these past 2 games.
Before that,
Number 4 team in the country.
Okay, go to that then. Go to that then. Sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to do that.
Tom, I just wanted to bring it up because it looks like the team up north, both of them I got you in a row. Both of them.
I'm just telling you, once you're in the spotlight, and now they're just saying you're a number 1 seed, you're a tournament, and the pressure probably got to them a little bit. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not going to take anything away from Michigan because Dickinson and the big boy from Germany, Wagner, whatever his name is.
Iowa?
I said, let's check that boy's visa. Maybe it's expired. We can send him back to Germany because he's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
Deportation, Tom?
Yeah, I'm in favor of deportating him.
Any reason
deporting
to win a
him.
basketball game?
Because
Michigan was
because he's pretty good.
They're lucky that we were under protocol that we never got to play them.
Yeah, but they're pretty good inside. And the game last Sunday was one on the offensive glass for Michigan. And in the first half, Michigan, when Ohio State kind of packed it down and conceded to 3, they hit like 8 at 11, 8 at 12
Did Michigan
threes.
win last night or the night before against Iowa?
They did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Listen, I'm telling you. Everybody
and the
this
big
year,
guy took
he took Garza. He did.
Yeah, they're very
we've
good.
talked. It seems like when they talk college basketball about 2 teams, and everybody's talking about Baylor and Gonzaga. I think Michigan deserves to be in this conversation. As crazy as that sounds,
do.
I think Baylor and Gonzaga are still undefeated. That's why people keep talking about
Michigan has 1 first place vote, Hunter, in the coaches poll. That must have been you.
Yeah, it probably would have been me.
Well,
Yeah, I claim it.
Their combination of size and 3-point shooting makes it hard to play them.
Can we also give Juwan Howard a lot of credit? What is
He's
this,
done a
his
good
second
job.
year? Is this
He's done a
first
good
or
job
second
with
year
it.
there?
Yeah, he's done a good job.
Well, I want to say something.
He's doing better than
This
Stackhouse is.
BPI,
Yeah.
this BPI, the thing that they go by, and I looked at it, just the other day, and it had Carolina at number 41 and State down at number 48. And I understand that you go by how they are in your conference because Carolina does still have a winning record in the conference. State's 1 game below 500. But how in the world does this BPI work? And I guess this is how come I would have to know more about that thing because I know that's what they go by. But how can Carolina be 7 points better than State, and Carolina is 0-3 against ranked teams, and State is 2-2 against ranked teams? And
it's a bias. It's a media bias, Terry.
Well, I know that. And that's just like coming up. Duke and Carolina both going to get in because whatever they do, they're going to put them in on account of tickets out there.
I don't think they will.
Because they are a people. Well, don't get me wrong. Now, I'm going to say this about Carolina. No, I'm going to say this about Carolina. Carolina has fans everywhere. I don't care where they send them. They've got fans. Now, Duke, either you like Mike Krzyzewski or you don't. So you're a hater or a loser.
Don't.
There. That's what I'm saying. But Carolina has fans everywhere I've ever been. Somebody's had on a Carolina shirt.
Just a hater or a loser. God dang it.
That was a good secret, like, low-key jab right on that one.
But now, this is a serious question. Do you think Coach K takes that invite from the NIT?
I personally hope he doesn't, because I enjoy not.
You think his pride will be too much for that?
He Corona's that bad boy.
I enjoy not seeing Duke ever.
Because I want you to think about it.
They've won 4 in a row. They play Louisville today
without Jalen
6.
Johnson.
They are playing better.
Yeah. Well, since they've got rid of him, they haven't lost.
Got rid of him. Act like they kicked him
I've just
off.
lost respect for him when they started doing the one and done nonsense. I
lost respect for Coach K a whole lot more this year whenever he was first, like, let's let all the teams in, and then he was like, we shouldn't even have the tournament when he started losing.
Whatever best benefits him.
Oh, I know.
But now, give Boeheim the credit. Boeheim said it correctly.
Well, he was
when
right.
they got rid of him, they become better.
And that's true. And they got their feelings hurt, but it's true.
Listen, Matthew Hurt's a baller.
He's a player.
Good Lord.
So Terry, your BPIs for this is just ACC only. They're in first, 9th overall. Florida State second, 15th. Duke third, 29th overall. Carolina fourth, 32.
Up to 32
Syracuse fifth, 33. Clemson sixth, 34. Georgia Tech 7, 42. NC State 8, 44. Virginia Tech 9, 45. And Louisville 10, 40 at 56. They've got Louisville in, like, solidly in right now.
In what?
It says
last.
He said in the tournament they got them as a.
See, the problem I have with Louisville, they haven't played a lot of games.
That's what I'm saying. They ain't played a month.
They got them as a 10 seed right now. The last 4 they've got in was Indiana, UConn, and Colorado State are the ones on the edge of the bubble. First 4 out on the bubble is Minnesota, Stanford, Richmond, and Michigan State. And the next 4 out are Georgia Tech, Duke, Ole Miss, and Utah State. So they don't even have North Carolina listed. Duke is on the Duke
North Carolina's in.
The 8.
North Carolina is not in after that loss, I thought.
I can tell you, if you look, I think Carolina's a
because
10 or 11.
Last time I saw North Carolina was one of the last 4 in, and if
they are in on this, and they're
10 seed.
Yeah,
Carolina and Louisville are 10 seeds according to
the bracket. Well, now I will say
bracketology.
If they're going to put North Carolina as a 10 seed, Louisville does not deserve to be a 10 seed. First of all, they just got beat by Carolina by 99 to 54.
Yeah.
And to Terry's point, they haven't played in almost a month and a half because of the Corona crap.
Louisville's on the bubble, and North Carolina's not, according to this. So North Carolina's solidly in right now as a 10. However, solid.
I just don't know how much I agree with them. And as a Carolina, I just don't know how much I agree with North Carolina being in solidly, because what I see. The loss to Marquette really hurts, man. You invited them. You went out, saw this game. They had a losing record, and you got beat at home. Bad too, by double digits.
Yeah, it was up by 20 sometimes. So.
I mean, I just don't know. Now, whether or not, to Terry's point, they want to just get them in for the name, I get that. Fine.
If you've upped it, they do bring money.
They do, because think about it. They're probably going to put them in the division, or the part of the bracket is going to have them playing here in Greensboro. Never mind. They're doing everything in Indiana.
I was getting ready to say everything in a bubble.
That's how come the Big Ten moved their whole tournament out there. Go ahead.
By AP voting, Carolina.
It is Big Ten country.
By AP voting, Carolina is 37th in AP voting. All right, JP, are we ready for another break?
Then they are in the top
breaks?
64.
I'm not sure where you are in there. I can't see.
Break.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna break down some NFL quarterback carousel and touch on a little baseball. We're probably going to do a little NASCAR preview before baseball. But we got touch quick hits when we come back to end the show on ktcbroadcasting.com.
You know, we always tell our kids that there's no such thing as a money tree. But did you know at Friendship Nissan in Forest City, we kind of do have a money tree? Our money tree gives a $500 better price on any new Nissan, and that's a $500 guarantee that we put in writing. We have no haggle clear choice pricing, the region's only non-commissioned sales force, and we have the only lifetime warranty with no time or mileage limits. So you see, at Friendship Nissan, we kind of do have a money tree, and we're located in Forest City.
Has that appliance gone on the blink and you can't find the right part anywhere? Well, now you can, because Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby is the largest appliance parts supplier in this area. They can even ship direct to your home. Come on in now. Parts are in stock. And don't forget, they have a great selection of refrigerators in all sizes and priced to fit your budget. That's Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at hendrickappliance.com and see the page at whatsupshopper.com.
Purchasing a tractor is a big decision. Worrying about keeping it running shouldn't be. James River delivers peace of mind with an industry-leading 10-year warranty. Available with the purchase of any new John Deere 1 through 5 Series tractor with absolutely no buy-in cost required. Visit jamesriverequipment.com/10-year warranty. Valid with purchase of new John Deere 1 through 5 Series tractor. Some restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. James River delivers affordable quality and a 10-year warranty.
For years, Hicks Goforth at Carfair Auto Sales on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia has been providing our area with the finest in late model cars, trucks, and vans. And at Carfair Auto Sales in Gastonia, they feature on-the-lot financing. Come talk with Hicks about your next vehicle purchase. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturdays 8 till 2. Call 704-865-8024. Carfair Auto Sales, 1320 on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia.
Hello, Gaston County residents. Nowhere is the saying, knowledge is power, more evident than when it's time to buy or sell your home. For over 25 years, Moss Realty has served the communities of Gaston County. They know the quality of life on this side of the river, and they offer their personal knowledge of the community. And knowledge is power. Voted Best of Gaston 3 years running. Visit them at mossrealty.com or by phone at 704-865-5555. Moss Realty, your hometown specialist.
Join Milton Baker for the West End Cell Swap Shop, Monday through Friday on Carolina Country, WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
We're back. That was a short commercial. I wasn't aware of that. It was only 12 seconds, so.
What, JP? We're discussing whether we should discuss Albert Pujols, whether he's going to retire or not, and his wife and her nuttiness. Fernando Tatis and his deal, but we're going to wait till something official comes out then. How about that, Hunter?
Okay.
All right.
I would think that would be smarter because I don't think he's retired.
Me neither.
I think his wife just needs to keep the Twitter fingers or Instagram fingers to herself.
Right.
I mean, he is 41 years old.
The Brave Snedeker gets extended.
I did see that. Snedeker did get extended, and I think it's smart. What, through 2022 player or 2023 player team option 2024.
Yep.
Harper declared the NL East is the Major League Baseball's best division. True or false?
Is he smoking crack?
I don't know the answer.
Act like the NL West isn't sitting right there with San Diego and the Dodgers.
He said your East is.
Well, he must be giving Atlanta a ton of credit for carrying this division.
Yeah,
because our backs hurt.
Yeah. For 3 years.
Miguel Cabrera is 13 homers shy of 500 and 34 hits of 3,000, and he says that's his goals this year. Obviously, is to get to those. All-time great hitter. I guess his career might be winding down as well.
Did we ever figure out where he plays? I think we talked about him earlier this week, and I didn't know. Okay, so he's still with the Tigers.
Yes.
Okay.
A true commitment.
I was confused.
You getting paid all that money, you would still be with the Tigers, right?
Yeah, true. Unless someone else gave me just a little bit more.
He's played. Geez, I can't even count that. 2003 was his first year, so 17 years in the bigs. So he's, I think, 2 or 3. I think Pujols is at 20 or so, year 20. Most guys, the length when you look at those all-time records, 22 is the magic number of years that the guys the most pretty much they get to, and that's about the limit on.
But Cabrera, I mean, a lot of here lately, he has become a DH a few times.
Yep.
But with a DH always in, my God, does that not expand your career another 4 or 5 years?
That's what folks are talking about with St. Louis. If they're going to go to and I think he may be waiting to see if they do go to an all-time DH that opens up your 14 teams or 15 jobs another year or two. In a rotation with a DH against lefty hitters, you never know. All right, baseball starts in a few months. We'll get to that. Talk college basketball. How about, all right, I'll give you guys 10 minutes on the NFL then and the quarterbacks, and then I'll do my NASCAR to end the show and give everybody the updates.
I'll just say,
on KTC.
It's an absolute crap show happening right now in Dallas and in Houston. Why can't Texas get their crap straight?
Oh.
Huh?
I don't know. They can't even keep the
and
lights.
they have no power. It's snowing.
The 2 NFL teams can't get their
pigs
crap
are about to
straight.
fly in Texas, and there's a lot of pigs down there.
Yeah.
Did you know, real quick, And this is something that, like, if I had the money, and I could just, like, you know what, guys, let's have fun. You can hunt feral pigs in Texas on helicopters.
Yeah, because they are
helicopters.
Like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're like destroying ecosystems.
Right. They're overrunning the same like the snakes are in the
Florida.
You just can't hunt pythons on helicopters.
That would be kind of sick, though.
But they like there's these companies you can get in that they strap you in. It's just like the old army movies, Terry. In the 70s and 80s, you're sitting there.
Are they gonna play war? Are they gonna play War Pigs while I'm on my way there?
I mean, they just jack it up. You jack up whatever music you want to. And they fly the helicopter in there and they just rail. And
what are
like,
they doing? Eating the crops or something?
The way they root up everything.
Oh, okay.
And so they eat the roots and they're just it's infested everything. So the farmers.
It's an invasive species,
right? Okay. So for example, a farmer, and this is one of the ones they used. One of the guys with us, he loses $1 million a year in crops getting destroyed by the pigs. He pays this company $10,000 a year, and then that company lets people rent out a spot, and so you can go help destroy the pigs. They just fly the helicopters out and shoot. He said, Joe Rogan was on. He said we shoot 100 pigs a day. And they're like, do you not harvest any of them? He goes, no, it's nasty, disgusting meat. Like it's the same thing as a feral pig is the same thing as you buy in the grocery store. They're just raised right. Why would you eat nasty? He said, it's maggot filled and disgusting. He said, these farmers just want them gone. He said they could pay us so much little to just destroy them and kill them, as opposed to saving $millions.
So how did this problem start in the first place?
Well, pigs
multiply.
Rabbits.
Yeah, it happens.
Life, birds and bees.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I know like way back in the day. I mean, back in like when the Spanish were there, you might have some loose, but
they didn't have helicopters to take care of them, did they?
Is it left over from all that time ago? It just got worse, or is this caused by a new phenomenon, or what?
I don't know the exact cause. That's something you might want to look at and talk to your class about, Tom. That'd be interesting.
I will.
NFL is running NFL running back partners with Xfinity drivers.
Alvin Kamara. Yeah,
there's a little tie on that.
There's a little tie with NASCAR. He did.
So,
who was it that he partnered with? I cannot remember.
I can't either. So,
but
we'll get to it.
I'll
look
his
that
face.
up. But real quick, Hunter, you guys want to talk about your quarterbacks and is Watson going? Panthers fans want to know. All the Panther fans want to know. Is he coming? He put him on the list. Jets, Dolphins, and
Deshaun
Panthers.
Watson has officially spoken with the head coach that they just hired for the Texans, and the reports are he reiterated he is not playing for the Texans to the head coach. That's exactly what he told him. He was probably respectful about it, probably said, it has nothing to do with you, but this organization I'm not playing for.
Does his contract say, though, that he can leave?
He gets fined. The fine was on there, $69,000 every practice.
That's what I was thinking. I think it's something because
he's
he is
lose a lot of money
to play for them. He could go this year without playing, and I don't think that helps him.
I think
about his contract, though, Terry. He's only getting paid $10 million this year. This is the smallest part of any entire of his contract. So if he was going to sit out, this would actually be he could do it and make it up on the back end on a restructure.
And see,
so the contract is really special in this situation. It's easy to trade as well.
I was listening to Colin Cowherd's show from yesterday today coming down, and they had an NFL analyst on there talking about it, and he said he has heard from Deshaun Watson's camp he is prepared to sit out the whole season and just take the year off if they don't move him.
I want to say something. I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan. Don't get me wrong. He went to Clemson. He did great things there. And then when he got in the NFL, the first check he got, he took back to his cafeteria ladies and gave them a bunch. You know what I'm saying, for helping him through this high school. But, when I look at who he's picking, is that legit? I mean, who's the top team out of the ones that he said I'd like to go to?
I don't think there necessarily is a top team, but if we were sitting here saying which team would give him the better opportunity to make a playoff immediately, it would be the Dolphins.
I think a fair trade would be Tua and the Dolphins' first-round pick for Watson,
which would be their number 3 pick.
But you think Miami would do that?
I would.
You think Texas would? Well, it would get him a quarterback.
I'm not sold on
it'd get him a quarterback.
As of right now, Houston ain't listening to nobody.
I'm not giving.
Yeah, because they keep saying no.
I'm not giving no crazy what the Rams gave the Lions. I'm not giving them that.
No.
I would. You could probably convince me to give 2 first-round picks and Tua, if just to sweeten the deal up to ensure that it happens.
That's a lot.
2 first-round picks. Think about it. Your defense is pretty bolstered.
First-round pick and the 3 pick and Tua, I think, is fair compensation for a disgruntled player who, what if he's not happy when he comes to your organization?
And I don't blame him for being disgruntled because they've got rid of all the players that was around him. When Hopkins left, I mean, you start talking about people that helped me.
And J.J. Watt.
Yeah,
left on
I
the
mean, defensive wise, yeah. I mean, you just got
Well, they're
took
jumping
our whole
ship
team and
because
trashed it.
he is not going to be the old captain goes down with the ship. No, I'm jumping before the thing sinks completely.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the Jets have got a lot of picks, so he might think if I go to the Jets.
Well, the Jets have something they have to decide, though, too, because they have the second pick, whether or not they want Zach Wilson.
Darnold in the second
I think
pick
he
is
named
fair
both
compensation.
those two teams because both those teams have the most cap space, the most draft capital to get the deal done. It's those two teams can make a deal easy.
And then he
with money and
listed,
everything.
I think he listed Carolina because he's seeing now that Tepper is not afraid to move mountains to try and
If he
come
comes
get
to
him.
Carolina, I can go ahead and tell you, Dabo's quarter is going to be the coach in 3 years or 2 years. They'll fire Matt Rule next year so quick.
Dabo Sweeney will never make a pro coach.
They will fire Matt Rule
The
next
screaming
year.
idiot country bumpkin college coach. It works in college. Ogeron down at LSU. It does not work in the pros. Not going to work in the pros. That rah-rah style will not work.
I think
in the pros.
I think San Francisco is going to retain Garoppolo. So the one team nobody is talking about a lot that's got a quarterback question around him is sitting at 15 in the draft. It's the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Because they don't have nearly what Carolina, the
They keep
Jets,
saying-
and Miami can put together for Watson. And Garoppolo's gone. Stafford's gone. What are they going to try and move for Darnold? I don't know. I mean,
But they even keep saying they might bring Cam back. So
I don't think
well,
so.
I think that would be a smart move if they.
His passing.
They made a
numbers were
good
pretty
point.
abysmal.
I was listening to someone talk this week, and he was like, he was at once a quarterback assistant for the Patriots, and he said, "You're talking about probably the most complex offensive playbook in the NFL under Josh McDaniels." He said, and for Cam and them to still go 7-9 with as bad of a year as they had, and Cam had COVID, he said the best move for them, if they're not going to move up for a quarterback, might be to keep him for another just year.
So Hunter does have a good point on that. That I was watching I can't even remember what I was watching the other day. They were talking about their offense, and they were talking to Cam specifically. And Cam said that by week 8, when he came back from COVID, all the audibles and everything else that are changed. So if he said, White Rhino left whatever in week 3, he came back and said it in week 8, everyone else did a different play than he did. And he said that's one issue when you're not in there that they had this year is keeping up from week to
Could he
week.
not Zoom in the meeting?
How things change. Well, again, I agree with you, Tom. There's ways he probably should have known.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. You're being paid millions of dollars to know.
I was getting ready to say.
But again, that's what Hunter was alluding to, I believe. I did want to kind of look at some playoff wins real quick. Terry talked about, you might make somebody mad. Terry, tell him you don't like Watson that much. But for example, Tom Brady this year won 4 playoff games in his first season in the NFC in Tampa. Well, how about this? Looking around the league, only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 quarterbacks, counting Brady, have 4 playoff wins total in their career. 43-year-old Tom Brady won 4 playoff games this year. Here's everyone who does not have 4 wins. Cam Newton, Jimmy Garoppolo, Blake Bortles got 2, Josh Allen, Tannehill, Jared Goff made a Super Bowl, Alex Smith. John Wofford has 1. He has the same number of playoff wins as Marcus Mariota, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, and Lamar Jackson. John Wofford has the same number of playoff wins as those guys. How much money and draft picks have been spent on those dudes? And John Wofford's got the same number of playoff wins. So, RG3, no wins. Carson Wentz, no playoff wins. Tyrod Taylor, Heineke, Bridgewater's 0-1. Andy Dalton, 0-4 in the playoffs. Stafford, 0-3. He just got traded for how many first-round picks? Mm-hmm. Trubisky, 0-2. Joe Webb's 0-1. So Joe Webb has the same record, Terry, in the playoffs as Carson Wentz. And so where do you go with what's your value on the quarterback? And Dallas is in that situation. Do you pay somebody $30, $40 million? when John Wofford's got the same number of playoff wins as the rest of these guys. It's just hundreds of millions of dollars.
Or do you sign and trade Dak for the guy up in Seattle that said he wants to play in Dallas?
That's exactly what I would do.
Now that you said that
simple.
real quick, and I'll shut up. He has said Bears, Seahawks, Raiders, and Saints. Bears, Cowboys, Bears, Raiders, and Saints.
I love the analogy they made on a sports show. I can't remember which one it was, but it's like, well, if he says he doesn't want to leave Seattle, but if I did, these are the teams I would go to. That's kind of like telling your wife, well, I don't want to break up with you, honey, but if we did, these are the 4 girls I would date if I broke up with you. I thought that was hilarious, but yeah, that is kind of, I don't want to leave here, but if I did, X, Y, and Z. And so that tells you where his
Berry's
mind
looking
is.
pretty good, honey. If I was going to trade you in, I promise I'll upgrade. He didn't say he was going to trade the Seahawks in for the Bengals or Jet City. Huh.
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson, Terry, it is interesting. So Russell says some pretty, look, so both of them said Cowboys. How do you feel about that? So basically you could have Dak Prescott, you could have Deshaun Watson, or Russell Wilson, Terry.
I'll take Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Not only that, Russell's got final say. He's got no trade clause.
Yeah. So you're going Russell on that?
I would.
All right.
He's a winner.
Hunter, what else is going on around the league there?
Nothing really. That's honestly the only thing that people are going to be talking about probably for the next few weeks. That and where does J.J. Watt sign? That's about it.
J.J. Watt sweepstakes. He's
even
much,
come up on Dallas's.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
I think they said. I think his camp said they're looking for about 15, 16 million.
No, maybe Wisconsin.
Oh, he's looking for
go
money,
play
not
for the
winning.
Packers because he's from Wisconsin.
Well, I don't know how much he was making in his
I don't
final
care how much
years
he's
with
paying.
the
If
Texans.
you're getting paid $16 million, that's $1 million a game. And if you're not averaging getting a sack a game, that's overpaid. And he's how old?
32 or 3.
So yeah, he's not trying to win. He's looking for cap space and money. Then if he's getting,
But now he is the guy that gave back. I will give him a lot of credit. He gave a lot
Go
back.
get your money.
All right.
Oh,
NASCAR.
y'all are done?
That's it for
NASCAR.
That's it for
God, y'all
the
want to
NF
talk so bad about. I thought y'all was going to
No.
waste all my
Listen,
time
there's
on
not a
it.
ton about the NFL other than because once everything stops with these quarterbacks, then you can actually start looking at what teams are going to do in the draft.
Russell Wilson only has one playoff win since 2017.
Not only that, the only thing else slide in there, a lot of mock drafts I've seen, local kid, I think Caleb Farley would be a top 10 pick. I've seen a lot of stuff saying he might go 9th to the Broncos. A lot of it.
All right, today on KTC, we've got basketball tonight. Shelby and North Lincoln on WLON. On WAOHS, we got Crest and Forest View. Let's see. This weekend, we are in Miami. Race at Homestead. It says 3:30. JP, what do you got the schedule in there? Pull that up. We're going to talk about. Yeah, let's get to that in a second. Hamlin wins the Bush Pole Award. Here's your full starting lineup for Homestead. Hamlin 1, Logano 2. Christopher Bell, as he gets in the Toyotas, and he's been running
pretty good. Yes, he has.
Kevin Harvick 4, Kurt Busch 5. Terry, Michael McDowell 6th. Put him in anything on any course.
He is what?
It's an oval, a road
10
course, and
last
now on a regular.
I think. Yeah.
He ran the whole time. I think 5th or 6th he was running. Keselowski, Priest, Truex, and Cole Custer round out the top 10. So you boy graduate. That's a graduate. Qualified in 10th there, Tommy. So Custer gets to run. You got the schedule there, JP?
Yeah, this is 27th, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Today's the 27th, yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Florida State at North Carolina at 3 p.m.
And we got basketball night. Read tomorrow's too.
The Dixie Vodka 400, apparently. 2:30 p.m. and then Charlotte Hornets at Sacramento, 10 o'clock.
You ever had a vodka drink?
Nope.
You say you don't know nothing about Chumbawamba?
Nope.
All right.
I've never had alcohol at all. So.
Take a vodka drink. You take a
I have a feeling the way Tom was looking that y'all were talking about something else completely different.
Yeah, we are. So Joe Graff Jr.'s who this is Antonio Williams that partners with Xfinity Driver. I thought I was going to be clicking on the Alvin Kamara.
Oh no, Alvin Kamara was last week. With one of the Xfinity drivers.
Well, that's what I've always wondered. We kind of talked about on our shows that.
And it was, I think it was Alvin Kamara's Clean Juice that was the sponsor.
Right, like, so you're a NASCAR driver, you're looking for money and stuff like Jesse Little and everything. You know, you need your sponsors. You need millionaires and stuff like that. That these guys are really into things like that in racing. You get them into it. I think Brad Daugherty's forever been in racing. Michael's in it now, and I think it's good for the sport to get it out. I've been seeing the pictures, guys. March 28th, Bristol in the dirt. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Terry, you excited? I saw some practice laps. You want to see some practice laps? Will that make you feel better about it?
Probably not.
The Rodney Childers tweeted out Harvick's crew chief some practice laps from one of the dirt guys. They've had dirt out there and they've been running some races to get it ready and perfect it for the race. The past
Probably
few
get
weeks.
it packed down real nice.
But
then you got to get it all off.
Terry, how about the guy? They were showing him the way they've got it set up. When I say full speed, I'm talking because the way the back ends were sliding, they had it set up right. The guy, they had him wide open at Bristol, as in, like at Daytona, the pedal was on the bottom, but because the way they could slide around in the dirt, they were just hauling booty around that joker. And to me, you know, these NASCAR drivers aren't used to sliding, Terry. We're going to have some wrecks in that race.
Yes, you are.
And there's
I think the
some
final
money
field
lost.
ends up with 10 cars left.
You think they're going to be down to 10?
Gonna be
It might
fun.
be.
Gotta watch that one.
It might.
You might have a
be.
5-car finish line.
It might be. I'm excited for it. All right, guys. Homestead on WCSL this weekend, and high school basketball tonight on LON and WHS. Guys, you got any other final thoughts, sayings, suggestions?
Listen to football next Friday night on WHS and WHS basketball today. It's a WLON basketball.
Both of them. Yeah.
So both of them. Listen to the games. And I love to listen to the game because, hey, you're in the garage on Saturday cleaning it up, put on the basketball
It's a
game.
rainy
Speaking
day.
of-
Listen.
Calvin is in the radio station garage right now cleaning out, looking for volunteers, Tom and Hunter and Terry. No volunteers.
busy.
Everybody got quiet.
I'm busy. I got to go get prepared for tonight.
We'll see you guys next week on Saturday Morning Sports Talk, brought to you by Friendship Chrysler, Jeep Dodge Ram, and Nissan Parsons.